pocket those as they're coming in.
Right.
Yeah.
Here's a question for you. After you went to the Hall of Fame,
yes,
which member of the current Minnesota Vikings is going to be in the Hall of Fame someday?
I want to say J.J. McCarthy, to be honest with you. I really would like to say that, but it's going to be Justin Jefferson.
Harrison Smith, maybe?
Harrison Smith, for sure, will be probably prior to that.
I'm with you.
And I love the fact that Harrison keeps coming back.
Yeah.
So it has everything to do with Brian Flores' defense and what he offers him to be able to be free and do what he does.
I made the observation to Josh Metellus on the morning show last week.
Yeah.
I saw Harrison in the locker room. I thought he was done. Did you think he was done? No, you misread that. There was no chance he was done. So apparently nobody in the locker room thought he was done. That's a good thing. I love it. And again, it's a coach on the field. We talk about that kind of thing all the time, but how wonderful is that?
I love that. Thank you, Hawk. And Lieber joins us right now. And Vikings fans, do what you want to do here with the season and purchase any Pothole Pizza or 20-ounce Pepsi or Mountain Dew product with Quick Trip rewards, and you're entered in to win the weekly winner will be automatically winning a $500 gift card. And if the Vikings score a touchdown over 50 yards that week, one lucky Vikings fan will win $5,000. See more, quicktrip.com/sweepstakes for details. Ben Lieber joining us down here on the sideline. We got, of course, Chris Hockey up here in the booth with us. So, Lieber, KOC announced J.J. McCarthy is going to start. What do you want to see? How long do you want to see it?
Well, first of all, Muss, it's so good to be on with you. And yes, there was a little bit of a technical snafu. I was here listening to you. I literally answered the question as you proposed it, and you guys couldn't hear me. So here I am.
I was also in the bathroom earlier, so it doesn't matter.
I know. It is preseason for everybody. So, no, it's good to be back with you. And, yeah, I mean, I would love to see, you and I had this whole debate on the Power Trip Morning Show a couple weeks ago. And I was, I'll stick with what I was saying. Like, I'd love to see him play a full half, the first half. I don't know if he's going to get that, but if I was putting on my head coaching hat, I'd be like, I want to see what this guy can do for a whole first half. Let him go out there, have some successful plays, maybe some bad plays, and just see how he responds and rebounds, and how does he make the adjustments on the sideline and really get into the flow of the game. We all know that he's going to play tonight, this afternoon. I just don't know how many.
It does feel like this year, especially with, J.J. McCarthy, this is essentially his rookie year, even though it's his second year. But Yak, 4.9 yards after catch for the Vikings in 2024. That was 26th in the NFL. Definitely feels like yards after catch, it has to be pivotal this year.
Yeah, it's got to be huge. The thing is, it's tough because it's hard to really nitpick at this passing offense because it was so successful and it's built on so many big plays down the field. We were pretty dynamic about getting the ball down the field, whether it be big chunk plays and whether short yardages moving the sticks. I would say that me, along with a lot of other people, we want to see this rushing game really kind of counterbalance the big playability of our passing game. And so that's where I want to see, if we want to talk about yards after contact or yards after catch in any sort of capacity, I want to see that with our running backs. And I think that starts with Jordan Mason. And then, as we get down the field, not have to rely on the passing game as we get inside the 20. That's where I'm really hoping that Jordan Mason can help out this rushing offense is as we get into the red zone and near the end zone.
Ben, you're the best. Hockey, I would ask you about your yak, but again, I want to stay on the air. So, FCC rules tell me to not do that. Vikings football preseason continues. Vikes taking on the Texans. Kickoff coming up just after 3, and coming up here next, Ben Gessling from Star Tribune and StarTribune.com is going to join us. Who to watch today? He's been at camp every single day, and Dallas Turner seems to be a big question mark, but a very exciting one. That's all coming up on the way on the Minnesota Vikings Radio Network, driven by Polaris.
When the game is over, it's time to relax. No matter if it's a win or loss, you always win at Spalon Montage, the Twin Cities' premier salon and spa destination for over 25 years. With convenient locations in Edina, Woodbury, and Chanhassen, there's a Spalon close to you. Right now, football fans, you can get a bonus when you give the gift of Spalon. Purchase a $175 gift certificate and receive a $25 gift certificate for yourself. Visit Spalon.com now or call 952-915-2900.
At Anderson, we understand the challenges of builders and contractors better than most. Here's proof from real pros.
The best service department is the one you don't need, right? But when you do, I know they're going to be there.
The 400 series has earned my trust to the point where we have put it in our own home.
When somebody says Anderson, everybody responds quality.
Helping builders and contractors craft their legacy. Anderson, the #1 trusted window and door brand. Claims based on 2022 Anderson brand surveys of U.S. contractors and builders.
It's okay, Daddy's here. Rock-a-bye, baby, on the treetop. Josh Allen beat Daddy's team and really went off. When the game ends, Daddy's ranking will fall. And jerk-faced Bill will win Fantasy League trophy and all.
Hon, have a Snickers.
Thanks.
And maybe take a break from the league chat.
You're distracted when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
She's Jam, the ultimate Vikings fan.
Okay, everybody, welcome to the Vikings Jan Show fan show. My special guest today is Jared Allen. So, Jared, who you got for the Vikings game this week?
Minnesota Vikings.
Me too. So that's our show. We'd like to thank our sponsor, the Minnesota Lottery, who reminds you this could be your year. Play the new
Vikings
Scratch Game for a shot at $100,000, game tickets, and more. Minnesota Lottery. I'm in. Must be 18 or older to play.
No matter who you are or what you do, there's a Ford vehicle that can help you own the day. Make life on the go feel like a breeze in the new Ford Explorer. Make tough tasks look easy with the powerful performance of a new built Ford Tough F-Series truck, the best-selling trucks in America for 48 years. Or take your adventures in the great outdoors to a whole new level with our built wild family of Ford Broncos. Whether it's for work or play, there's a Ford with a great deal waiting for you at your local Northland Ford dealers. Don't wait, get behind the wheel of a new Ford today, based on calendar year total sales.
From coin flip to final whistle, show your diehard passion for your Minnesota Vikings all season long with your favorite purple and gold gear from Shields. Bring your best this year, whether you're cheering from US Bank Stadium or from your living room with your favorite jerseys, hats, collectibles, and Vikings branded gear from the Shields fan shop. Visit us at your local Shields or Shields.com and let's cheer on the Vikings. Shields, proud partner of the Minnesota Vikings and football fans everywhere.
Minnesota Vikings pregame coverage continues now on FM 100.3 KFAN, Minnesota's home for football.
Welcome back, Vikings football preseason edition. Vikes taking on the Texans at Must. We're here at US Bank Stadium, and now it's easier than ever to catch Viking shows like Game Day Live, Post Game Tonight, and Fox 9 newscast by streaming with Fox Local, available free on your TV or phone. Download Fox Local today. Fox Local is Fox 9. Joining us now, though, from the Star Tribune, Minnesota, needing to have your go-to source for everything high school sports. Well, you're in the right spot when you're at StarTribune.com, and from Star Tribune and StarTribune.com, KFAN, and so many other things. Ben Gessling, how are you, buddy?
I'm doing well, Mus. Welcome back. It's good to be back at US Bank Stadium. It's good to have a game day as opposed to a training camp practice today, so I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, and I love how you actually get more handsome and more thin. You know, what the hell is happening? Is this all the coaching and all the running? And
the thinness may have something to do with the running. The handsome, that's mom and dad, I guess. And that's, in the eye of the beholder, I suppose. But if my wife thinks I'm handsome, we'll take it.
So you've been at training camp more than probably anybody else.
Yep.
The passing game so far in preseason, some drop passes and pressure on J.J. Mack because this defense is ridiculous.
Yeah, it has been a camp that the defense has made its presence felt early and often, and I think it's going to be interesting today to see this offense and J.J. McCarthy specifically against a different defense, because you see a lot of times where defenses are ahead of offenses in camp, and there's a lot of times where everybody kind of knows what's coming, and you don't get a chance to really catch anybody off guard, and it just makes it so the defenses have an opportunity to kind of get offenses where they want them. But to see what McCarthy does today, to see what this offense does, I think is certainly going to be an indicator, probably a better indicator of where this group is at. And certainly Kevin O'Connell wants to get a look today, and they'll get a lot of chances to see McCarthy against the Patriots this week in those joint practices. This really is a pretty important stretch for him of the preseason and of training camp. So it gives them a little more of an accurate indicator, and I think it will be good for this offense. I think this offense is excited to see somebody else other than this defense in this front seven, which has certainly made his presence felt early and often, like I said.
Ben, with less than a minute here, who is it that you are going to watch? Who should we all be watching?
Well, I think the wide receiver depth is going to be interesting to see today. Obviously, Jordan Addison is out those first 3 games of the season because of the suspension. So Lucky Jackson, I think, will have a bigger role today. I'm curious to see what he does building on what's been an impressive start to training camp. I think Jalen Naylor will be in that mix as well. And then those new corners I'm excited to see today. Isaiah Rodgers, Jeff Okudah, Mekhi Blackman coming back from the ACL. The Vikings need that group to take a step forward, and they're excited, I think, especially about Rodgers. So how those guys look in coverage, I'm very interested to see today as they put this whole thing together.
Ben Gessling from Star Tribune, StarTribune.com, KFAN with PA and Barrero. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Must. We'll do it all season. Looking forward to it.
Speaking of PA, he is with Byron Murphy Jr. next.
Welcome to the Chevy Lightning Round. Guess the clues to win. First team, you're up.
Powerful, commanding, unstoppable.
Silverado.
Adventurous, fun, techie.
Trailblazer.
Stylish, nimble.
Tracks.
Innovative, electric.
Blazer EV. Lightning Round champions. You've guessed all the right Chevy clues.
Wherever the year takes you, explore it together in the Chevy of your choice. Visit ChevyDealOnline.com.
Minnesota deserves a go-to destination for all things high school sports in our state. All the scores, the stories, the stats, live streams, social feeds, photos, personalized team pages, breaking news. One place for everything you're looking for. That's why the Minnesota Star Tribune is launching Strip Varsity. You'll find Minnesota Star Tribune journalism, Minnesota Prep Hub stats and schedules, streams, stories, and more. Strip Varsity is Minnesota's new home for complete high school sports coverage. Sign up today at StarTribune.com/StripVarsity.
Hey, it's Paul Allen, and for decades I've been telling you to go to Continental Diamond to buy your engagement ring. I have Andy here. Why do you think Continental Diamond has been so successful over the years?
It's definitely because of our We Care More attitude, PA. We have an amazing team that genuinely cares about providing our clients the best experience and the most value.
For 25 years, wow, a quarter century, I've been promising and they've been delivering. Visit Continental Diamond in St. Louis Park or ContinentalDiamond.com.
Eagan, Minnesota is the proud home of the Minnesota Vikings, and it's also the ultimate destination for fantastic fun. Eagan features over 100 unique restaurants and amazing attractions, such as Twin Cities Premium Outlets and the Vikings Museum. And when you stay in any of Eagan's 19 incredible hotels Thursday through Sunday and pick your package, you'll receive 2 free tickets to the Vikings Museum. Other great offers are also available. For complete details, visit EnjoyEagan.com. That's EnjoyEagan.com.
Skull. It's now easier than ever to catch all the Vikings shows on Fox 9 before and after the game by streaming it all on Fox Local. I'm talking Vikings Game Day Live, post game tonight, all streaming free on your TV or phone. Just download Fox Local and boom, you're in. It's your one-stop spot for Vikings coverage, local news, weather, and shows you won't find anywhere else. And it's totally free. Vikings Game Day Live, post game tonight, all streaming free on Fox Local. Fox Local is Fox 9, your home of the Minnesota Vikings.
For the Vikings, growth is a team effort. Coaches maximize performance. Teammates push your limits. But in business, who's there to help you grow? Lumen, that's who. Like saving live broadcasts from lag time, helping deliver the in-stadium experience for fans with millions more around the globe, and bringing all the benefits of the cloud to your network. So it's as secure as a defensive line and as legendary as the fans that cheer them on. Welcome to the on-demand network that meets your demands. Learn more at lumen.com. Services not available everywhere.
Viking speculation all week long on Minnesota's home for football. FM 100.3 KFAN, The Fan.
Welcome back, Vikings football preseason. Vikes taking on the Texans. We still have Kevin O'Connell in that interview coming up on the way. And speaking of interviews, Paul Allen was hanging at TCO for the preseason, and he got a chance to sit down with Byron Murphy Jr.
Byron Murphy Jr., fantastic corner for the Minnesota Vikings. Training camp now. You know, KO's offense of late, but for a majority of the training camp, is down 18 and 87. So no Justin Jefferson and no TJ Hawkinson of late. And I mean, you guys just won't let up, will you?
Oh, no.
You're just not going to let up.
Definitely not. Definitely not. Every single day, you know, in camp, it's us versus our offense. So that's our opponents right now. So every single day is a work day. You got to come, you know, and beat the offense. And that's what we come in every day as a mindset as. And obviously, every day we're trying to, you know, win that battle. And obviously, our offense has been doing a lot of great things. But I just feel like our defense has been, you know, stepping it up, making plays. And just been all around the ball. Everyone's getting to the ball. 11 people getting to the ball. So that just shows you what type of defense we are and how we've been playing.
You're being humble. Because you watch all this back. We watch it live. I don't know what I'm watching. I don't know what the plays are supposed to be, but I know what the results are that I'm seeing, generally speaking. And, this defense it was fantastic last year, and it's even better right now with those guys in the middle, and then, you know, some things you guys are able to do on the edge.
Yes, sir.
Without 18 and without 87. So let's be fair with this thing. But how would you respond to to those, like, say if I'm chatting with somebody on the offense or somebody else around here, and they're like, well, you know, the defense in training camp kind of knows what's coming also. Is that fair? I mean, it feels like this is a fixed race. They're down 18 and 87. You got guys throwing. That night practice the other night, it was run, baby, run for the quarterbacks almost every play. They had to break the pocket every single play. And you got guys throwing balls in the ground with worm burners and stuff like that. So is that true that defensively you guys kind of know what's coming against a team without 18 and 87?
I would definitely say, yeah, when those two guys, 18 and 87, aren't out there, I would say, okay, now we got to look for the next premium player and take him out the game, which is, you know, J.A. We have a lot of guys, but J.A. is definitely one of the, you know, the guys we go into a defensive practice and be like, okay, find three, know where he is on the field, and take him out of the play and make the other ones win, because that's what we go in the game week, and, you know, we talk about that. But, yeah, I feel like, like I said, our defense, D-line, even, you know, younger guys, everyone's just stepping up right now. I feel like, yeah, we've been all, you know, just one unit, it feels like, as a defense, and we've just been making plays, everyone from, you know, from corner room, the young guys making room, to the younger guys on the D-line. So I feel like we just have a whole bunch of special guys, and then obviously our offense, you know, we're going to compete against them every single day and make them better as well.
All right, so with that defensive line, from Jonathan Hargrave all the way to, say, Levi Drake Rodriguez, and everybody in between, it's, you guys are so strong up the middle. Is that accurate, and how impressive is it to you?
I would definitely say 100% accurate. Obviously, when we go into defensive meeting rooms, we start off with the D-line to make sure, like I said, we stopping the run. That's the number one thing. And it just to show, like, watching it on tape is like, these guys are out here making plays. Like you said, Levi's out there making plays, and you got Red making plays, even our older guys making plays, JG's making plays every single day. So it goes from, you know, top down. But like I said, that D-line been making a statement this camp. They've been in the backfield, getting the quarterback hurry, making them make throws, you know, all those type of things. So as a DB, I'm just sitting back loving it, because I know that ball has to come out soon, quicker, you know, all those type of things. But yeah, I just been love watching our D-line go to work, because as a corner, that's very special for us.
All right, let's wrap it up with Byron Murphy Jr., just a few to close. Jeff Okudah, I mean, it sure is built like a high-end first-round corner. Holy cow.
Yes.
Third overall in 2020, third overall pick in 2020, got hurt and played just 10 games in his first 2 years. I kind of, even when he was with the Lions, I kind of felt bad for him from afar. What have you seen in Jeff Okudah so far?
I would definitely say a playmaker. Obviously, he's been coming out here. He's playing outside corner and just kind of, I would say, locking guys up. Like you said, he is a bigger corner. I've actually got a chance to see him while he was at Detroit playing, so I played him a couple of times. I watched his game, you know, and just loved what he was doing. He was making plays out there like he's doing now. So I'm glad to see, you know, the injuries do kind of, you know, that just makes an impact of your role as a player, as all those type of things. But I feel like he's balanced. His mindset is definitely there. He's 100% in, and he's been, like I said, he's been making plays. So I'm great to be his teammate and ready to get this thing going.
What about Isaiah Rodgers?
Yeah, well, that's my guy right there, Isaiah.
Guys, he hasn't even been here that long. How's he already your guy?
My guy already. We played the game, all that together. But
Nudi's like, what about me?
Yeah, Nudi, he's a 2K player. We're kind of, you know, Call of Duty player. But yeah, Nudi's one of those those guys will be on the game with us too. But yeah, Zay's been, one of the guys since he's been here, trying to get, obviously communication down between me, him, and Jeff. Obviously that goes a long way. Just getting that connection on the field, playing with, new corners, kind of, you got to get those calls kind of, going, feel the rhythm of the game, feel the flow of the defense and all those things. But they've both been, coming in and making plays already. So I'm excited for them as well and be a part of this journey with them.
Is Isaiah over 100 yards straight running? Is he the fastest guy on the team?
I'll probably say I'll probably say, he's probably the fastest.
What about Speedy? I mean, we're not here to talk about betting at a National Football League facility, but if there's a $100 bill like right in the middle and I got to put it on somebody, I'm probably putting it on Jalen Naylor.
I think I'm going to go Zay.
Wow.
I think I'm going to go Zay.
See, but that can never happen. See, even if it's just like for fun, it can never happen because if two key players run 100 yards and something happens to somebody, like during this game, well, I lose my entrance to the side door. I don't know what would happen to you. You have guidelines, I have rules. So, it's never going to happen, but Isaiah's fast, isn't he?
No, he's fast. He's definitely fast. And obviously, watching some of his tape on the returning part of it, too, just shows how, how fast he can pick his speed up as well.
That is PA with Byron Murphy Jr. at TCO, all part of the preseason. Preseason game number 1 coming up here at 3 o'clock. We got the Boom coming up here, taking on the Houston Texans. And by the way, that's today's interview, and it's brought to you by Wildfire. Thank you to Byron Murphy Jr. Today's interview is brought to you by Wildfire, located at Eden Prairie Center. Visit wildfirerestaurant.com. Still yet to come, PA with Kevin O'Connell, the coach of the year from last season. That interview is coming up on the way. And again, the Boom just after 3 o'clock. And you're going to catch it all right here on the Minnesota Vikings Radio Network, driven by Polaris.
Paul Sutton Bourbon is a namesake bourbon made by our family for 7 generations. Grain to glass, never sourced. Paul Sutton Bourbon, passed down to be passed around.
With its smart, sustainable water solutions, Pentair helps the world move, improve, and enjoy water, life's most essential resource. From great tasting water for homes and businesses, to energy-efficient pumping solutions and everywhere in between, Pentair is focused on driving innovation that helps people and the planet thrive. Visit Pentair.com to learn how. Pentair, the official sustainable water partner of the Minnesota Vikings.
NFL fans, when it's time to get Vikings tickets, you can tackle game day with total certainty with Ticketmaster. With 100% verified tickets available all season long, you can count on getting in with ease and spend time focusing on the good stuff. Even if you're headed to the game last minute, you can still score seats. Want to meet up inside the stadium with your crew? Transferring your tickets is an easy handoff. So, get those touchdown celebrations ready and score your tickets today at Ticketmaster.com/Vikings.
When it comes to childcare, nothing is more important than peace of mind. At New Horizon Academy, our award-winning infant program provides the highest standard of care so you can rest easy knowing your child is in safe, loving hands. And to make your life easier, our infant tuition covers everything your baby needs, including diapers. No extra charges, no surprises, just one simple, affordable tuition. Ready to make your life easier? Visit nhacademy.net to learn more about our all-inclusive infant care program. Your baby deserves the best, and so do you.
Vikings fans, it's time to use Paze, an online checkout offered by banks and credit unions. With Paze, checking out is fast and convenient because eligible cards appear in one place, ready to use when you order game day food delivery, your team's latest jersey, or flights to away games. You can beef up your defense at online checkout too. Using Paze gives you added security because actual card numbers aren't shared with merchants. Find out if your bank or credit union offers Paze today at Paze.com. That's PAZE.com.
Coin flip to final whistle. Show your diehard passion for your Minnesota Vikings all season long with your favorite purple and gold gear from Shields. Bring your best this year, whether you're cheering from US Bank Stadium or from your living room with your favorite jerseys, hats, collectibles, and Vikings branded gear from the Shields fan shop. Visit us at your local Shields or Shields.com and let's cheer on the Vikings. Shields, proud partner of the Minnesota Vikings and football fans everywhere.
Stand Up to Cancer's vehicle donation program makes it easy to turn your unwanted vehicle into funding to support innovative cancer research. This research leads to new treatments for patients right now. Donate your car today. Visit standuptocancer.org/cars to learn more.
Minnesota Vikings pregame coverage continues now on FM 100.3 KFAN, Minnesota's home for football.
The Minnesota Vikings take on the Houston Texans today at U.S. Bank Stadium. It's the first preseason game, and we welcome Kevin O'Connell into the conversation, reigning NFL Coach of the Year, into his fourth season as head coach of the Minnesota Vikings. And we'll start here. What has training camp been like for you, play caller and head coach, with young quarterbacks against this defense? You got young quarterbacks, you got new quarterbacks, and you got this nice defense.
Yeah, it's been fun. It's been physical. It's been a challenge, schematically. Normally this time of year, I like to really, it's important for the whole team to feel like, KO is not just coaching the offense. So normally this time of year, I like to kind of, step back a little bit and either let Wes and the staff kind of handle things and kind of play referee some days. But obviously with JJ and wanting to be in his ear and around him as much as possible, we've done it a little bit differently this year, and it's been good. I think there's been daily growth of our football team, for our offense, recognizing the challenge of, when you look at that first group defensively, there's a lot of veteran defensive players that are getting coached at a really high level, and the physicality up front that we've felt from Allen and Hargrave and some young ascending players like Redmond and Rodriguez and Ty Ingram Dawkins. It's been a challenge for the ones, the twos, the threes, and I think Houston's probably going to experience that today, just the depth of the front defensively that we have now. But it's been fun. It's been you learn more and more every year about how you need to be willing to adapt and change and do what's best for this year's version of our team. But I think we're building a pretty good football team right now, PA. And
with your starting quarterback, J.J. McCarthy, say he gets a series today, or say it leaks into a second series. What are you looking for from him in the maturation with this step?
Yeah, I think today is about he's been at his best in training camp when he's just gone out there and done his job with detail and discipline, footwork, timing. What's my job to make this play go? And then I think he's learned we've got the guys in the huddle to make things right and make things go when he just does his job. And he's also learned when he's veered off that path. He's learned some lessons from our defense of why you can't do that, and that's really every defense in the NFL. So what I want to see him do is pick up where he left off in the preseason a year ago, where he was running the show, stood in and made some throws and in some NFL pockets, really got our team into the best possible situation on that play to have success. And if he can do that, I think we'll move the ball and have a good feel of this group, the first group that's going to be out there today. And excited to see some of these guys play for the first time as Minnesota Vikings.
And Kevin, with that first group offensively, with the moving company, the offensive line, what do you already like with Donovan Jackson, Ryan Kelly, and Will Fry, specifically when today's starting back Jordan Mason is the one running?
Yeah, I think there's been a lot of questions that I get at the podium about that pass rush and about the defense, and I always chuckle because I think sometimes what gets missed is those 4 or 5 yard runs against a pretty darn good defense. And our run game has probably been the best it's been since we've been a staff here, as far as 2-3 weeks into training camp. It's been really fun to watch Jordan Mason because you knew a lot about him coming in. Mm-hmm. I think the things that I didn't quite know for sure was exactly how his natural vision would show up in our offense, and he's been fantastic there. And also just the ability to be still agile and very explosive for being a guy that's 230 pounds. So I think behind that moving company, it'll be nice to get Donovan and Will and Ryan some snaps as the interior of that offensive line goes. And we won't have CD. He's having a great camp, picking up his workload every single day. Justin School will be at the left tackle spot, but Brian O'Neill, Mr. Consistent, there at the right tackle spot. So my expectation is we, different kind of front, different kind of play style than what we've seen every day in practice, but I want those guys to adjust, hit some blocks, and let's get the run game going a little bit.
So from Matthew Stafford through Kirk Cousins through Sam Darnold, Cousins got better every single year with you. Darnold had by far the best season of his career.
With McCarthy, it's obviously new.
Yeah.
So what are some keys in essence, raising something so new to get them ready for Monday night in Chicago?
Yeah, I think it's, learning the discipline and really boring stuff.
Yeah.
And, the crowd could be going crazy. You're on the road. It's a tight game. Like, I'm a really competitive young guy. Well, guess what that means? Just do your job.
Yeah.
Just take the right footwork, have your eyes in the right spots, do your job pre-snap to make sure we're executing the play that's called and the role that you play in that. And it's not sexy sometimes at the quarterback position. I know the coverage of the position and the scrutiny and the eyeballs on the position make you think like, hey, this guy's got the ability to, instinctively change the game every single snap. Well, yeah, it's crazy when you really study the greats, how much they just did their job.
Yeah.
And they just did it with an efficiency and a precision that allowed them to have a lot of success. And that's what young players have to learn. I tell him all the time, some of the best plays he has in practice might be a check down here, might be getting to a backside in cut on a shot play where we're trying to get the ball down the field and it's not there. When he just does his job and he's really smart, he's obviously athletically gifted enough to get himself out of some problems. We want to see a lot of that come into play, but we want to see it in a way that shows the maturity that we've seen in practice grow and develop, show up here at US Bank Stadium today.
Now, lastly, for the simulcast, Fox 9 and KFAM, Justin Jefferson will be joining us for the third quarter today. He did last year. You did in the Philadelphia game. They both were fantastic. Any chance you let him call a play or two? I can just tell you he's going to ask on TV and radio. Any suggestions on handling Justin?
Well, at that point in time, who knows if I'll even be calling plays anymore. It might be Wes Phillips, and he might not be willing to oblige Justin and give up. I probably need to let Wes call a few more plays so that then when he gets his ops like he will here at some point today, Justin will get his as well. But I could see Wes giving him the cold shoulder, the stiff arm today, and letting him know, like, hey, coach just gave me the reins here, whatever it was, second quarter, start of the second half. Who are you to take him away from me right now? So a nice little sideline battle to watch, the Wes Phillips, Justin Jefferson, green dot extraordinaires.
Right. Thank you very much, and have fun today, okay?
Yeah, great to see you, PA. Thanks.
Likewise. Kevin O'Connell, head coach of the Minnesota Vikings. Vikings and Texans first preseason game coming up next on the KFA and Minnesota Vikings audio network.
Huddle up, Vikings Nation. Don't let that Skol chant fade. Let it echo through the hallways, the bars, the stadium, and the city. Because when the Vikings score 2 or more touchdowns, you'll get a free Big Mac with a purchase of $2 or more. Only in the McDonald's app. Offer valid once per person the day after the Vikings score 2+ touchdowns through 2/28/26 at participating McDonald's. Excludes tax. Must opt into rewards.
If you're in the market for a used vehicle, click on carswapusa.com.
We offer easy financing, complimentary oil change, and if you need it, we can deliver it.
Speaking of carswapusa.com,
you can browse hundreds of vehicles from your home.
If you're ready to buy a premium, hand-picked, late model, low mileage used vehicle, then check out your options at
carswapusa.com. We deliver
whether you're buying or selling. Make CarSwap your first stop. CarSwap, a car for everyone.
Skol. It's now easier than ever to catch all the Vikings shows on Fox 9 before and after the game by streaming it all on Fox Local. I'm talking Vikings Game Day Live, post game tonight, all streaming free on your TV or phone. Just download Fox Local and boom, you're in. It's your one-stop spot for Vikings coverage, local news, weather, and shows you won't find anywhere else. And it's totally free. Vikings Game Day Live, post game tonight, all streaming free on Fox Local. Fox Local is Fox 9, your home of the Minnesota Vikings.
For Minnesota sports, follow the leader. Minnesota sports leader is FM 100.3, KFXN Minneapolis, St. Paul. The Fan.
Showtime, baby. You know what's wrong. Let's go, Vikings. Let's go. Vikings on 3. 1, 2, 3. Get it time.
Minnesota Vikings football is on the air.
all across the Minnesota Vikings radio network. Vikings football is proudly presented by the following broadcast partners. Vizzy Hard Seltzer, your local Northland Ford dealers, Polaris, and by Mystic Lake Casino Hotel. Vikings football is also brought to you by the following: U.S. Bank, Jacob Leinenkugel's Brewing Company, 3M, and by Lumen.
Touchdown! To the 30, down the sidelines, knocked out of bounds. Touchdown! Vikings! Ball's loose, the goal line, touchdown!
Today, we get our first look at the 2025 Minnesota Vikings. Now, let's go live to U.S. Bank Stadium to three guys already in mid-season form, along with former Vikings Pete Bursich and Ben Lieber. Here with the call of today's game, the voice of the Vikings, Paul Allen.
The Vikings won the toss and have accepted to put J.J. McCarthy on the field to start preseason game number 1. We start with our newest member of the simulcast on the sideline. We welcome Tatum Everett.
As you alluded to, Paul, Justin Jefferson, Vikings wide receiver, will join this broadcast live during the entire third quarter. And now, he may not have had a Vikings training camp rep since July 24th. He has been locked in practice, engaged from beginning to end, acting as a coach on the field, saying words in the huddle. And that's just the teammate he is, a 2-year captain. Jefferson continues to set the standard for those around him. His wide receiver coach, Keenan McCardell, told me he's always been like that the more this offense grows, the more he talks. And he encourages the younger guys, and that's what McCardell likes about him. When you're one of the best in the league, those guys listen to you.
All right, Tatum, thank you very much. There's Kevin O'Connell, the reigning National Football League Coach of the Year off the 14-win season last year. Playoff game against the LA Rams in Arizona. Didn't go the way of the Vikings. Sam Darnold, the quarterback last year, he's gone. And J.J. McCarthy, second year from Michigan, who a year ago and a day played a game against the Las Vegas Raiders here in this building. He threw for 2 touchdowns and everybody was loving him. They were excited for the prospects of what may be next. Well, he tore his meniscus in that game and was lost for the season. The plan for McCarthy today is to get a series, an outside chance he gets 2. Jordan Mason's going to be his tailback as Kaimi Fairbairn is set to kick it off. And 2025 preseason, boom, is in the air. Rookie Ty Felton, he'll take the kick. First flag of the preseason comes in, and Ty Felton, the rookie Turk, will gallop to the left side and be taken down at the 25-yard line. Our referee today is Brad Allen.
During the return, holding, receiving team, number 14, 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. It's first down.
That's free agent Tim Jones. Played his career with Jacksonville. Known for his special teams prowess, but not on the opening kick. So J.J. McCarthy and the Minnesota Vikings will start from their own 12-yard line. 4/5 of the Minnesota Moving Company you'll see when they debut Monday night, September 8th at Soldier Field. It's in there. The only one that's not, Christian Darrisaw. You have Donovan Jackson, the rookie from Ohio State, Ryan Kelly, Will Fries, and Brian O'Neill. Jordan Mason is the tailback, McCarthy under center. Handoff to Mason. He heads to the right side. He gets outside the hash marks encountered at the line of scrimmage, and he's taken down after a very short gain. In fact, it'll be a gain of 1 yard. Now, C.J. Ham checks into the game, and he'll be the up back for Jordan Mason. J.J. McCarthy, 2 touchdowns and an interception last year in his preseason debut. Went for 188 yards in that game against the Las Vegas Raiders. Kevin O'Connell, coach of the Vikings, told Pete, Ben Tatum, and I yesterday they're looking to run a lot, but also do this. Get McCarthy out on the edge on some boots, and he throws left to Jordan Addison, and Addison catches it shy of the first down, Peter.
Yeah, and you mentioned C.J. Ham being in there, and he did exactly what he needs to do, and that's cut the outside pass rusher to give McCarthy some time. After the play fake, you see C.J. Ham bending himself right back. Perfect cut block, takes the defender out, lets McCarthy set up and throw the football down the field.
Jalen Naylor, wide left. Jordan Addison and Lucky Jackson to the right. J.J. McCarthy goes out of the shotgun on 3rd and 4 from his own 18, just underway. takes a short drop, looks over the middle, passes, caught, first down. Jordan Addison on the run right to left, and they'll stand him up and stop him at the 28, but that's a 10-yard first down gain for the third-year product from USC.
Yeah, Paul, looked like it's a combination type of man-to-man, and whenever you're going to have a guy like Jordan Addison on a short, shallow route, the inside defenders are going to have a hard time. The inside defenders are bigger, the linebackers, the nickelbacks, the safeties. They're not going to be able to cover Jordan Addison across the middle of the field. McCarthy did a great job. Great protection, by the way.
Two tight end set. Josh Oliver right, TJ Hawkinson left. Jordan Addison in motion to the left on first down. Handoff Jordan Mason left side. He bends it up the middle across the 30, and he's taken down at the 32 after a gain of 4. Now, Ben, you'll notice the men in the middle, left guard Donovan Jackson, rookie, Ryan Kelly, and Will Fries, a couple of tough guys from Indy.
Yeah, I think all eyes are going to be on Donovan Jackson right now to see how he fits into this offense. And as Pete was talking about, it was a 4-man rush on that third down conversion, and there wasn't a lot of blitzing or anything like that, but it was great protection. I was actually watching Donovan specifically on that play. He got pushed back a little bit. He reset himself. He anchored down. You talk about that lower body strength. He exhibited it on that third down right there.
2nd and 6 from the Vikings 32. Play action from McCarthy from under center. He'll throw to the left, and Jordan Addison makes a diving grab at the Texans' 48-yard line. McCarthy and Addison have caught fire early. That's a gain of 19 and a first down for the Vikings. That's the good news. The bad news involves a member of the Houston Texans, Darrell Taylor, a 5th-year defensive end. He's down and requiring medical attention. It's 0-0. This is the first possession of preseason 2025. J.J. McCarthy and the Vikings back on Fox 9 after this. Our friends at TimberTech have a checklist at the website for those of you desiring a deck. Go to timbertech.com, get started there. And after you go through the checklist of what to do with the decking and to find a contractor and everything, get yourself some samples. You'll love them. They'll send them to you for free, timbertech.com. And finally, when you work with those contractors, you will recognize TimberTech works with only the best. So if you need a deck with deck durability, start at timbertech.com.
Allina Health Aetna is a Minnesota-based health insurance company. Our plans include coverage for medical and mental health care with no and low-cost minute clinic visits at CVS Pharmacy and Target stores. We also offer virtual care that's only a text message away. Through our partnerships with Minnesota's top doctors and facilities, we're able to bring quality, more affordable health coverage to Minnesotans. Allina Health Aetna, built to keep the healthcare experience simple and useful for you. Visit AllinaHealthAetna.com to learn more.
This is how your feet feel in a pair of bad-fitting shoes. And this is how your feet feel in a pair of great-fitting shoes from Trade Home Shoes. Trade Home Shoes, proud partner of the Minnesota Vikings, has been delivering premium footwear for over 100 years. We are Minnesota-based, employee-owned, and here to help your whole family find shoes that fit. Trade Home Shoes. Enjoy life. Feet first.
What's the difference between banks and a credit union like Wings? One word: ownership. Banks are owned by shareholders, so profits go to shareholders. At Wings, you own it, literally. So profits are reinvested in your financial experience in the form of member-exclusive rates, robust digital services, and locations throughout Minnesota. No one likes switching, but it's time to stop missing out on the benefits of financial ownership. Visit wingcu.com/own-it. Insured by NCUA. Membership required.
This is Vikings preseason football. Vikings-Texans on the Fan.
The game is scoreless, and it's 1st and 10 for the Vikings from the Texans' 48-yard line after a wonderful, wonderful McCarthy to Jordan Addison play. And now J.J. goes under center. The center is Ryan Kelly. Tightly packed eye behind McCarthy. Handoff, Jordan Mason. Sweet jump cut left across the 45, taken down at the 40, and it's going to be a run of 8. The play before that, Ben Lieber, was terrific.
It was outstanding. Pete's going to talk about the protection a little bit, but I want to talk about that little subtle slide. You saw J.J. McCarthy at the top of his drop feel a little bit of that pressure given up by Donovan Jackson, and he didn't have to freak out. He just kind of slid a little bit to his left, opened up his vision to the left a little bit to hit just Jordan Addison for 18.
Yeah, I love the protection. They haven't seen a 4-3 safety blitz all preseason, and yet Mason and Hockenson were on it.
2nd and 2 for the Vikings. McCarthy starts 3 of 3, 33 yards. Offset eye left, play action from under center. McCarthy throws right, caught C.J. Ham, and he's caught and taken down post haste by veteran E.J. Speed. That's a loss of 3, and that's going to make it 3rd and 5.
You know, Pete, I was going to say, the thing that you and I are very excited about with Jordan Mason is just maybe what he can do to sort of transform this running game for the Vikings a little bit more downhill, maybe a little bit more power game. We saw the big run that he had there on first down. That was just a lead ISO with C.J. Ham right in front of him.
You make one guy miss, and then Mason's going to be moving the chains, and he's big. He's bigger than C.J. Ham. He's so impressive.
The Vikings are 1 of 1 on 3rd down. McCarthy throws over the middle, incomplete. He overshot Lucky Jackson as Will Fries, who does have a side of nasty to him, nearly mixed it up with a member of the Houston Texans. But now it's 4th and 5 from the Texans 43, and predictably Kevin O'Connell keeps the offense on the field.
Yeah, the throw was there. Lucky Jackson coming in the middle and across the middle. They had the right route against the right coverage. Ball delivered just a little bit too high. So that's a question when you say, did the receiver break that off a little bit too short or what? But an absolute opportunity missed right there by J.J. McCarthy.
9th play of a possession that's gone 45 yards. It's 4th and 5 from the Texans 43. First possession of preseason 25. McCarthy facing a blitz, sprints out to the right. He's going to run for the first down. Way to go, JJ. Runs out of bounds at the 35 of the Texans. That's a gallop of 8 yards. That's a Minnesota Vikings first down.
Yeah, JJ recognized immediately. It was a mug linebacker right at the line of scrimmage. You saw a single high safety, and wouldn't you know it, they did bring the blitz. He saw the free rusher and just broke out to the right side. Once he saw man-to-man coverage, he's like, I've got this 5 yards myself with my legs.
Now, Kevin O'Connell is calling the plays, okay? He's the play caller for the Minnesota Vikings, but he's just calling this series. He's calling the J.J. McCarthy series. Then offensive coordinator Wes Phillips takes over from there. McCarthy from under center throws left, and the ball is swatted away at the line of scrimmage. It is Casey Toohill, 6-year from Stanford. That makes it 2nd and 10.
And Paul, to go back to that 4th down conversion, Brian O'Neill did a fantastic job of collapsing what should have been the contained rusher. When you blitz guys from the inside, that was like almost a zero blitz. When you're blitzing linebackers and safeties up the middle, the defensive end's responsible for what? For contain, keep the quarterback in the pocket. But O'Neill did a wonderful job sealing him in, and it was almost a no-brainer for McCarthy to just pull that thing down and run.
2nd and 10 for the Vikings from the Texans 35. T.J. Hockenson, the tight end to the left of left tackle Justin School. Handoff Jordan Mason, and he slow rolls it up the middle. Then he puts the pedal to the metal and lunges forward to the 31. That's a gain of 5 with 9.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. 3rd and 5 for the Vikings from the Texans 30, and we have no score.
Yeah, Pete, you know what I liked about that? I know you noticed the same thing. Jordan Mason gets the football, and he doesn't even get contacted until about 3 yards down the line of scrimmage, because our front 5 just impose their will on that defensive front. That's the sort of effort that we want to see in this downhill game.
The Vikings are 1 of 2 on 3rd down. New Viking Rondale Moore, the former Falcon and Cardinal, checks in. He's to the left as McCarthy goes back to pass. Looks left, sees nothing. Backpedals, throws over the middle. Incomplete. Jordan Mason tried to bring it in, but 4 strong-armed Texans knocked it away, led by E.J. Speed. And now Will Riker, 2nd year from Alabama, on to try a field goal.
And one thing about Jordan Mason, you take a look at the difference between he and Aaron Jones. I think Mason is big enough to pass protect on those 3rd downs, but he only had 11 receptions last year as opposed to 51 by Aaron Jones. So the 3rd down protection and the passing game is something that's gonna take a little time, I think.
Andrew DePaula snaps. Ryan Wright holds. Riker's right-footed kick is good. And the Minnesota Vikings have taken a 3-0 preseason lead against the Houston Texans. Now the Vikings defense gets center stage. And you'll see it and hear it on the Vikings Entertainment Network.
When it comes to managing your blood pressure, you play to win. You've made changes to your diet. You stay active. You followed your doctor's game plan to the letter. But when it comes to your health, you can't always tackle it alone. Go beyond typical treatments with the Simplicity Blood Pressure Procedure. Brought to you by Medtronic, official sponsors of the Vikings. Talk to your doctor. Results may vary. Adverse events include but are not limited to temporary pain and bruising. Read important risk information at beyondhbp.com.
The recruitment industry has changed, and it's time for you to take action and change with it. If you're looking to advance your career, or your company is looking to hire key individuals that can grow your business, GPAC is here for you. We are the eyes and ears of the industries we serve. Contact us today at gogpac.com. That's GOGPAC.com. It's grow time.
Skull. It's now easier than ever to catch all the Vikings shows on Fox 9 before and after the game by streaming it all on Fox Local. I'm talking Vikings Game Day Live. Post game tonight, all streaming free on your TV or phone. Just download Fox Local and boom, you're in. It's your one-stop spot for Vikings coverage, local news, weather, and shows you won't find anywhere else. And it's totally free. Vikings Game Day Live. Post game tonight, all streaming free on Fox Local. Fox Local is Fox 9, your home of the Minnesota Vikings.
All right, team, huddle up. It's game time at Mystic Lake. Score season-long prizes with drawings, giveaways, and more action at the official casino of the Minnesota Vikings. Catch a $15 round-trip ride to U.S. Bank Stadium for a Minnesota Vikings home game with Mystic Lake Game Day Park and Ride. And raise a glass to victory with game day food and drink specials at Hop House, the Twin Cities' newest sports bar and live music destination. Check out the latest casino promotions at mysticlake.com. You don't want to miss out.
Hey, it's 10 to B. I break down the play of JJ Monday, noon to 3, in for Common on the Fan.
Leads 3-0. Now, when the defense gets on the field, you'll see that guy, Jeff Okudah. He played for the Texans last year, signed as a free agent in March of 2025. Pete, at one point, he was the third overall pick in the 2020 draft.
Yeah, you know he has the height, weight, and speed that's requisite, and I think what the Vikings love about him is his physicality, his ability to jam people at the line. I mean, don't forget, he held Justin Jefferson to 3 receptions and 14 yards in this building back in 2022. It's there. We just got to get it out of him, and he's got to stay healthy.
Boom! There's Reichert's kick, and we have a return. It's Braxton Berrios, far side across the 20 to the 25-yard line. It's a return of 24 yards. That player spotlight was provided by U.S. Bank. Now, C.J. Stroud, the starting quarterback for the Houston Texans, will not be playing today. They're sitting a majority of their first and a lot of their second-teamers. So they're going to start with Davis Mills, fifth year from Stanford, third-round pick in 2021 for the Vikings. Up front, Jalen Redmond, Levi Drake Rodriguez, and Tyrion Ingram Dawkins, a rookie from Georgia. Dallas Turner's one of the edges with Gabriel Murphy. On first down, the Texans opt to run it with Dare Ogunbowale, the former Badger. That's a gain of 4 yards. Two of the corners you'll see, 21 and 2. They're the leading candidates to be two of the three corners who play the most during the year. Isaiah Rodgers won a Super Bowl with Philadelphia last year, and 21, Jeff Okudah. When the Vikings go nickel early, they're going to use Mekhi Blackman. Ivan Pace Jr. is what's known as the green dot, and he's calling the defense. 2nd and 6, Davis Mills. Short drop, passes to the right side, and it's caught by tight end Cade Stover, and that's a first down for the Houston Texans. For those watching and or listening on KFAN, green dot players, what does that mean?
They're the ones responsible for getting the call from the sideline from whoever's calling the plays, defense coordinator, and then relaying that message to everybody else. And it's a tough job because as soon as the play is over, you have to be on it to hear the next play and then get that message delivered to everybody else in the huddle.
The safeties are Theo Jackson and Jay Ward. And it's another run for the Houston Texans. It's Dare Ogunbowale, 9-yard run. And he's in his 7th year from Wisconsin. Here's Ivan Pace Jr. He's playing the Blake Cashman role today, where Blake Cashman will be calling the defense when they get to Soldier Field for Monday Night Football, September 8th, the season opener.
Jay Ward, Theo Jackson, they're the safeties. Theo's played a lot with the first team during training camp. Josh Metellus and Harrison Smith are down today. Second and short for the Texans. Handoff Ogunbowale, and he'll shoot to the right side, and he'll elude a tackle and dive ahead for a first down. That's going to be a gain of 3. And Tyrion Ingram-Dawkins, the rookie from Georgia, missed a tackle.
You know, P.I. is going to just jump in on that green dot talk. I mean, it says a lot about Ivan Pace that they trust him now that he knows this defense a little bit more. And haven't worn that green dot before. I would like to say, like, I think it elevates your game. It's a lot more on your plate, like Pete was saying, but it's amazing what, 2 or 3 seconds of getting that call before you spit it out to the defense, what you can do mentally to get prepared for that next play and make you play faster.
Offset I left behind Davis Mills. And on first down, Ogunbowale heads to the left side. He's able to shake a Dallas Turner tackle. That'll be a gain of 6, making it 2nd and 4. Speaking of Dallas Turner, when we met with Kevin O'Connell yesterday, he not only has big expectations for Dallas this season, he wants to see big things today.
Yeah, you need to, and it needs to start showing up. He's had a year, and you look at that last run play, and I think that's an underappreciated part of Jonathan Grenard and Andrew Van Ginkel's game. It's just how physical and how well they play the outside. And it's not just you set the edge. There's a feeling to it. And you can see on that last play, Dallas Turner just got a little bit too much into that offensive lineman.
Davis Mills, 2nd down, throws over the middle. It's caught for another Texans first down between the hash marks at about the 25-yard line. And it's caught by Mechie, John Mechie III, 3rd year from Alabama. That's an 18-yard connection.
Now, when you're playing middle open type of a defense, when you have 2 safeties, no one's in the middle of the field, you have to wall off and protect. And Ivan Pace in the alley, but just got to get a little bit deeper. I mean, these are the things. This is what preseason's all about. It's about sharpening that pencil so you don't let defensive or offensive guys, tight ends, get in behind it.
Davis Mills, 5th year from Stanford, gives it to Ogunbowale to the left side. Jackson and Pace Jr. bring him down. That'll be a run of 7 yards, 2nd and 3. Hey, guys, you may notice the right guard for the Houston Texans. Very familiar name, Ed Ingram. He played here for a little while.
Yeah, and I would say Ed and this whole offensive line for the Texans are doing a great job against the strength of our defense, which is our defensive front that includes the outside linebackers. We had a nice key stop by Dallas Turner on the very first play of this series, but really since then it's been the bounce to the outside, and we're losing the contain on the edges.
Mills back to pass to the end zone, incomplete. Cade Stover, he overshot him a little bit, so that'll make it 3rd and 3 from the Vikings 18. Minnesota leads 3-0 after a 13-play 58-yard drive. Took 6 minutes 3 seconds, and Will Riker was able to cash in with a field goal. McCarthy went 4 of 7 for 30 yards on that possession. Also, the left tackle for the Houston Texans, Skyuma Ariante Ursary, a 2nd-round tackle taken from PJ Fleck's Gophers. Best of luck to him this season. 3rd and 3 from the 18. 3-zip Vikes first quarter. Mills, shotgun, 2 receivers left and right. And Brad Allen's staff will stop festivities. False start on the Texans.
Prior to the snap.
How about that?
False start. Offense, number 57. 5-yard penalty. Still 3rd down.
Yeah, for the Texans, I remember last year when they were in this building, they had at least 5 false starts by the offensive linemen. So even though it's preseason, this crowd is into this game, Ben.
Yeah, and it really was about our mug style of defense right up there in the A gaps. I mean, it's 3rd and 3. We have our guys. Everybody knows what B-Flow likes to. Again, even though it's preseason, our MO is still to pressure, and I think all of that pressure and the presence of all those purple-colored jerseys up front made them false start.
First 3rd down of the game for the Texans. Former Viking Eric Wilson's in the game off the edge. Pass goes to the right side. It's caught at the 25. Oh, flag on the play, but leaking loose for a first down is Jalen Knoll. That's a rookie from Iowa State. They absolutely love. They got another one named Jaden Higgins. But that Knoll was able to shake a couple of tackles. Let's see what happened here.
Offside.
Yeah.
Defense, number 56, lined up in the neutral zone. The penalty is declined. The result of the play is a first down.
So that's going to be Austin Keys. First down Texans from the Vikings 14.
Yeah, and you had a guy there to make the play. Khalif Hilassi was there. That's got to be his tackle. And we've seen this over the years with Brian Flores. Is you could pressure, you get the ball out quickly, and the whole goal of that is to make the tackle quickly, Ben. And you can't let them just break that and almost really move the chains.
Yeah, they did everything right defensively. It's a one-on-one tackle right at the line of scrimmage. That should have been a dead play.
Vikings were a guy short. Jalen Redmond ran in late. First down, Mills, play action, boots out to the left, throws, and it's caught. Barrios to the 10, to the 5. He lunges to the end zone, and it is a touchdown for the Houston Texans. Davis Mills to Braxton Barrios. He's a 7th-year Cane. And there's also a flag on the play. Flag on the far side of the field. So let's hold up festivities on this touchdown celebration, Houston sideline.
Hey, you know who the happiest guy in the stadium right now is? Bo Richter. Bo was the
giving chase on that bootleg
exactly
there.
Right. He's the cutback guy, and he folded a little bit too much, thinking the play was going to go away from him. And
after discussion, there is no foul for an ineligible player downfield.
Brad.
The result of the play is a touchdown.
Well, can we get a virtual measurement at least? Let's take a look at it and analyze, analysts.
Yeah, as the play goes away, you can see Bo Richter, and you got to keep your shoulders square. When the play's away from you, they call it playing the piano. Just stay square, so that way if anything comes back, you can redirect. So again, it's not a height, weight, or speed issue, Ben. It's just awareness from a young outside linebacker.
Yeah, it's about opening your eyes, and I get it. It's the first game. You got a little bit of tunnel vision, but you got to open your eyes, especially on those boots, and pick up that first color jersey going across your face.
Big snap for the long snapper. He's a rookie from West Virginia. It's big because it's his first. Kaimi Fairbairn, excellent kicker. Kicks to the west side of U.S. Bank Stadium. Snap spot, and it's good. And the Houston Texans have taken a 7-3 lead over the Minnesota Vikings from U.S. Bank Stadium. This is Vikings football.
Vikings fans, FanDuel Sports Network is your home for exclusive coverage of your favorite local teams. And there are more ways to watch this season. Subscribe directly to FanDuel Sports Network to stream your hometown teams. Or watch through a TV provider. Visit FanDuelSportsNetwork.com for details.
This is what New Horizon Academy parents are saying about their family's experience at our schools.
He has formed special relationships with the teachers here, and that just makes us feel that much more excited to drop them off and to pick them up.
And then when we toured here, every single kid that we saw was laughing, giggling, smiling. The teachers looked happy. So we just felt immediate a peace.
New Horizon Academy offers premium early childhood development for all families. Check us out at newhorizonacademy.net.
We knew right away that it was the right fit for us.
For the Vikings, growth is a team effort. Coaches maximize performance. Teammates push your limits. But in business, who's there to help you grow? Lumen, that's who. Like saving live broadcasts from lag time, helping deliver the in-stadium experience for fans with millions more around the globe, and bringing all the benefits of the cloud to your network. So it's as secure as a defensive line and as legendary as the fans that cheer them on. Welcome to the on-demand network that meets your demands. Learn more at lumen.com. Services not available everywhere.
When the game is over, it's time to relax. No matter if it's a win or loss, you always win at Spalon Montage, the Twin Cities' premier salon and spa destination for over 25 years. With convenient locations in Edina, Woodbury, and Chanhassen, there's a Spalon close to you. Right now, football fans, you can get a bonus when you give the gift of Spalon. Purchase a $175 gift certificate and receive a $25 gift certificate for yourself. Visit Spalon.com now or call 952-915-2900.
Vikings football is back. Meat Sauce here. The Power Trip Morning Show returns Monday, 5:30 to 9 right here on The Fan.
The Vikings are committed to growing the game of football this year. 51 teams participated in the Minnesota High School Girls Flag Football League. So get involved. Visit Vikings.com/girlsflag. PA, the Vikings have invested more than $1 million in this initiative. I'm a little jealous I can't participate.
Well, we all watched some of it before doing Fox 9 night practice on Monday. And it's the first time I've really watched it closely. I mean, it's got some physicality to it there, this girls flag football. Holy cow.
Yeah, they do. And the best thing about coaching girls, they listen. They actually listen. They do what you ask them to do, unlike the boys.
All right, this is a dribbler, a line drive kick. It did not bounce in the landing zone. And Kaimi Fairbairn knows that.
Violation by the kicking team.
Thank you, Brad.
By rule, the ball is placed at the 40-yard line. It's first down.
All right, so it goes to the 40. Touchbacks, by the way, and I don't believe you'll see any during this game because Matt Daniels, the special teams coordinator, said not only will the Vikings, but he thinks a majority of teams around the league are going to give returners an opportunity with the dynamic kickoff just in its second year. But by the way, if there are touchbacks, they now go to the 35. So Fairbairn was trying to get tricky there with that line drive and didn't hit inside the landing zone inside the 20. So Sam Howell and the Minnesota Vikings will begin from their own 40-yard line. We'll set you up on Sam here momentarily. Ty Chandler's the tailback. Ty Felton in motion to the right. Ty Chandler to the left side. Oh, he's hit hard at the 42-yard line. It's a preseason game, but this EJ Speed came to play. Holy cow. Sam Howell, by the way, fourth-year North Carolina. He was a fifth-round pick by Washington in 2022. The Vikings traded with Seattle to get Sam Howell this offseason. He's made 18 regular season starts, and in 2017, make that 2023 with Washington, he started 17 games, threw for 3,900 yards, 21 touchdowns, and 21 picks. Second and 8 from the Vikings 42. Sam Howell puts the tight end in motion to the left. Back to pass, throws a fastball left side. Rookie Ty Felton catches it at the 50. Very close to a first down. J.J. McCarthy, he played 12 plays to start festivities for the Vikings. Ben Pete, he went 4 of 7 for 30 yards.
Yeah, I think it's exactly what you wanted. And as far as, just being consistent, you have to talk to the coach about it. But keeping plays alive, like you said, Ben, drifting in the pocket, using his legs at the right opportune time. You have to like what you saw out of him. You'd love to see that third down dig route be completed to Lucky Jackson, but maybe next week.
Yeah, I really like the way he played. He looked comfortable. We saw a different variety of platforms that he threw off of. He was dropping straight back, had a little bit of a slide there on the big 18-yarder. Then you see him outside the pocket having to throw on the run. Again, using his legs. He did miss that open window throw to Lucky Jackson. The one thing that you and I were talking about, Pete, was like, gosh, we just want to see one deeper shot.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe like
Absolutely.
The right hash all the way to the left sideline, something like that, just to kind of show off his arm and his accuracy. But I guess we'll have to wait to another game.
With all the 3D coverage we're seeing, O'Connell was chomping at the bit. But again, stick with the plan.
Yeah.
Ty Chandler was caught behind the backfield, tackle for loss. Rookie Ben Urasek, a tight end, in motion to the left. Howell with a screen to Chandler. Beautiful angle to the left tie. He crosses the 45, lowers the helmet at the 42, and he stopped at the 41. Nice screen awareness by Ty Chandler. It's a gain of 10, third and short.
And they're hurrying up to the line of scrimmage. And this is where Howell, being an experienced quarterback, is to get these guys lined up.
And Sam Howell will go to sneaking. And he's going to lunge ahead for a Minnesota Vikings first down. It wasn't a tush push in Cincinnati with Brandon Powell pushing him. It was a straight sneak, but it was effective.
It was, Paul, we talk about how important preseason games are to players, and Ty Chandler is absolutely one of them. He's shown glimpses of it. But how about Blake Brandel playing right tackle?
Right.
He played well in the beginning of the year last year at left guard. Now he's getting the opportunity to be the backup at the right tackle position, which may end up creating a great future for him.
Play action for Howell from under center, eludes pressure, throws a fastball right, caught Ty Chandler right in front of his coach at the 36-yard line. It's a gain of 4, Ben Lieber.
Well, and again, Pete, our conversation with head coach Kevin O'Connell, we were talking about Blake Brandel. He's like, listen, guys, I know everybody's talking about how good of a camp Donovan Jackson's having at left guard, but he's like, that's really elevated the play of Blake Brandel as well. He's having an exceptional camp at left guard when he gets his spot, so it really does say a lot about him that exclusively he's been working in that guard spot all camp, and then for the game, they're like, hey, you're pretty athletic, you're pretty versatile, we'll put you out right tackle.
Michael Juergens is the center. Oh, botch snap, but Sam Howell's able to get it, and He saved a fumble, but nevertheless, they lost a couple of yards, and that's the end of the first quarter. The Texans had a touchdown pass, and Will Riker kicked a field goal at the end of J.J. McCarthy's only possession this game. 7-3 Texans, second quarter next on the Vikings Entertainment Network.
She's Jen, the ultimate Vikings fan.
Okay, everybody, welcome to the Vikings Jan Show fan show. My special guest today is my cousin, Kirk. So, Cousin Kirk, who you got for the Vikings game this week?
The Vikings, Jan.
Me too. So, that's our show. We'd like to thank our sponsor, the Minnesota Lottery, who reminds you this could be your year. Play the new
Vikings
Scratch Game for a shot at $100,000, game tickets, and more. Minnesota Lottery. I'm in. Must be 18 or older to play.
No matter who you are or what you do, there's a Ford vehicle that can help you own the day. Make life on the go feel like a breeze in the new Ford Explorer. Make tough tasks look easy with the powerful performance of a new built Ford Tough F-Series truck, the best-selling trucks in America for 48 years. Or take your adventures in the great outdoors to a whole new level with our built wild family of Ford Broncos. Whether it's for work or play, there's a Ford with a great deal waiting for you at your local Northland Ford dealers. Don't wait. Get behind the wheel of a new Ford today. Based on calendar year total sales.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. Smart beds start at $9.99. Prices higher in Alaska and Hawaii. All Sleep Number smart beds offer temperature solutions for your best sleep. Check it out at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com today. Official sleep and wellness partner of the Minnesota Vikings.
Coin flip to final whistle. Show your diehard passion for your Minnesota Vikings all season long with your favorite purple and gold gear from Shields. Bring your best this year, whether you're cheering from US Bank Stadium or from your living room with your favorite jerseys, hats, collectibles, and Vikings branded gear from the Shields Fan Shop. Visit us at your local Shields or Shields.com and let's cheer on the Vikings. Shields, proud partner of the Minnesota Vikings and football fans everywhere.
You're listening to Vikings Preseason Football on The Fan.
It's Vikings football, courtesy of the Vikings Entertainment Network, into the second quarter, 7-3 Houston. Here's the high V rookie profile, and it's first-rounder and left guard Donovan Jackson, Ben Lieber.
Yeah, he's been one of the offensive stars of the training camp so far. They said that he's just picked up everything. He's got great natural football instincts. He understands the zone scheme. He understands what they want to do on some of the pull schemes. And the thing that KOC talked about was his coachability. He might make a mistake. He goes over, they make the correction. He doesn't make the mistake again. He understands the game at a high level.
Sam Howell, back to pass, throws right, caught, Speedy Naylor. Jalen Naylor with the reception at the 28, and that's a gain of 9 yards. For Jalen Naylor, fourth year from Michigan State, he played all 17 with 7 starts last year. Those are both career highs for him against these Texans, who the Vikings beat early in the season last year. 3 catches, 31 yards, and a touchdown for Speedy.
And that was a huge throw for Sam Howell, Paul. That was coming from the near hash mark, 10 yards down the field on a deep out route on the opposite side of the field. Those are not the throws that he made with the Commanders, but he's having to make them here. So to see him do it, that was fantastic.
Sam Howell, 4 of 4, 31 yards, under center on first down. Toss left to Ty Chandler, and it's snipped out by the Texans in front of the Vikings bench, and that's Jamal Hill, a second-year backer from Oregon. Loss of 2, it'll be 2nd and 12.
Yeah, this has been a great test for our offense, whether it's first team or second team, because this Houston Texans defense, they get vertical. I mean, it doesn't matter if it's defensive front, linebackers, they're scraping and making life really tough in the run game.
Howell play action screen left to Ty Chandler, weaves to the left, back to the right, hit at the 25, and Ty Chandler is taken down after a screen gain of 7 yards. So it's around 3rd and 6. 3rd and 6 for the Vikings, trailing 7-3 second quarter.
And Paul, you don't do a lot of practicing to play the Texans. You don't do a lot of cards. You don't do a lot of game planning. But with Kevin O'Connell, you're seeing, Ben, you alluded to it, they haven't seen a 4-man front that jets up the field like they have. So we've been running what? The screen. We've seen more screens already in the first half of this football game than I think we've seen in camp.
Walter Rouse, second year, the left tackle. Blake Brandell, the right tackle. Vikings 3 of 5 on third down. Texans rush 4. Howell Zips it to the right side. Caught Lucky Jackson shy of the first down marker. He caught it at about the 19 for a gain of 4. They needed 6 and was tackled post haste by Draymond Smith. That's a veteran corner from Central Arkansas. And Will Reichert, 1-of-1 this game. He'll come in to try to make it a 7-6 game.
You know, that's one of the things that I know I'm being nitpicky here, but we talked about in the pregame. Totality as an offense, not great at the yards after catch. Those are one of those situations you have a one-on-one on the outside. You just love to see him break that one tackle right there and hopefully take it to the end zone.
Punter Ryan Wright holds. The field goal is up, and it's good, and Will Reichert is 2 for 2. 7-6 Texans, 12.5 minutes to go in the first half on the Minnesota Vikings Entertainment Network.
Change is always happening, but no matter what changes in 5 years, there's one thing that will stay the same: the price of your internet. With the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee, you get 5 years of the most reliable Wi-Fi, with our best equipment included, for a price that stays exactly the same. Restrictions apply. New residential customers only. Taxes and fees extra and subject to change. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA. Fixed Broadband Experience Report, August 2024.
You're listening to Vikings football.
Eagan, Minnesota is the proud home of the Minnesota Vikings, and it's also the ultimate destination for fantastic fun. Eagan features over 100 unique restaurants and amazing attractions, such as Twin Cities Premium Outlets and the Vikings Museum. And when you stay in any of Eagan's 19 incredible hotels Thursday through Sunday and pick your package, you'll receive 2 free tickets to the Vikings Museum. Other great offers are also available. For complete details, visit enjoyegan.com. That's enjoyegan.com.
NFL fans, when it's time to get Vikings tickets, you can tackle game day with total certainty with Ticketmaster. With 100% verified tickets available all season long, you can count on getting in with ease and spend time focusing on the good stuff. Even if you're headed to the game last minute, you can still score seats. Want to meet up inside the stadium with your crew? Transferring your tickets is an easy handoff. So, get those touchdown celebrations ready and score your tickets today at Ticketmaster.com/Vikings.
Oh, hey.
Hey, thanks for meeting me here. It's just, you're my only lawyer friend, and I need your professional opinion. Do you see that brand new Hyundai Tucson out there? That's all I paid for it.
Let me get back to you on that. Deal's so right, it almost feels wrong. At the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Get 0% APR for 60 months, plus 0 payments for 90 days on all Hyundai Palisade, Santa Fe, and Santa Fe hybrid models. And check out our other great deals at your Hyundai dealer today. Offer ends September 2nd. Call 562-314-4603 for details.
Welcome back to Vikings football on The Fan.
They call Viking safety Theo Jackson the closer. It's a nickname that has stuck after he sealed the Seattle win last season. Jackson told me when you're doing things the right way, the ball will find you. But it's his versatility that's nothing new to Jackson. Starting in college at the University of Tennessee, he played every position except nose tackle. If that sounds familiar, it should. He's always known what safety and Mr. Everything Josh Metellus does just in case. In those instances, he tells me instinct takes over, and he guess he's just living right.
Indeed, so are the Houston Texans on the kick return. Reichert, how do you, you guys played special teams. How do you describe that? The ball spinning left to right, trying to get to drop it inside the 5, but it was a touchback, which now goes to the 35.
Yeah, you see as he comes off the field, his disappointment in himself. You're trying new things. Just like you talked about, PA, with the new rule change on this dynamic kickoff. Now these touchbacks go all the way to the 35. So they're trying to pin the ball more now towards the goal line in a variety of ways. It looked like he was trying something new, and it just didn't work.
Bo Richter and Gabe Murphy are the edges. And Jeff Okuda and Mekhi Blackman the corners. Ball start Texans.
Prior to the snap, ball start, offense, number 78, 5-yard penalty, first down.
All right, so the Texans still led by Davis Mills, back up. 21, Jeff Okuda, 3rd overall pick from Ohio State. The reason I bring him up is because the first time I saw him, not wearing the Detroit Lions or Houston Texans jersey, physically speaking, he's just phenomenal. We'll talk more about him in a minute. He has a big opportunity here. So it's 1st and 15 for the Texans from their own 30. Mills goes back to pass. He'll check down to the 35. Caught, gain of 5, maybe 6. It'll be 2nd down. 21, Jeff Okudah. He has all the pedigree, guys. Can he come through?
Now that's the question. And everyone knows he has the physical abilities, the height, weight, and speed, which is why he's drafted number 3. But just a career riddled with injuries, but it's just more so than injuries. I think he's lost interest in the game at times, or just for whatever reason floated, and has really burned a lot of bridges. While he's getting a second chance here with the Minnesota Vikings, he's getting an opportunity, and if he really truly seizes it, I think he could be a very good corner.
Covenant cleanup. It's Keaton Slovis in at quarterback. Pass is right. Kind of threw a wobbler up there, but it was caught. And on the reception is Jalen Knoll, the 3rd-round rookie from Iowa State. That's a gain of 7 yards. Remember, there was a time we didn't like Jeff Okudah. It was the Josh Dobbs game in Atlanta. He was a corner for the Falcons. Jaron Hall's lighting it up on the first possession, and then Okudah and somebody else hit him, and he was lost. Remember that?
Yeah, and he's big enough, Paul. That's what they love about him. He's big enough to actually hurt somebody if he's going to hit him.
Keaton Slovis, first full year from Brigham Young University. He got popped from behind. Good for Keaton. He held onto the ball, but that was Gabriel Murphy with the first sack of the preseason.
That's his Gabe Murphy one-on-one on the outside, and that's what you want to see out of this second-year player from UCLA. Unrestricted, undrafted rookie free agent, comes in and makes a big play.
Yeah, he did a great job. You know, we've been waiting for this guy to take off. You mentioned he got hurt last year. He's had quite the journey from North Texas all the way to UCLA. And it was just a nice inside, very violent inside hand chop. Turns the corner with his hips and gets to the quarterback.
2-time Super Bowl winner Tommy Townsend with the punt. New Viking Rondale Moore, 22 punt returns to his career. 8.5 on the average. Flag on the play as he scoots to the right side trying to get the corner, but he can't get the edge. 53-yard punt and a 2-yard return. And somebody who missed all of 2024 for the Falcons due to injury, Rondale Moore, well, he's down. He's down on the Texans sideline. I'm not exactly...
During the return,
nope.
Personal foul, illegal blindside block. Return team number 14.
Nope.
Half the distance to the goal. It's 1st down. Timeout.
Well, this Tim Jones, 2 special teams penalties. Rondale Moore is hurt. And it's 7-6 Texans with 10.5 minutes to go in the first half. We'll wish Rondale Moore well and come back shortly to U.S. Bank Stadium. It's Vikings football.
Minnesota deserves a go-to destination for all things high school sports in our state. All the scores, the stories, the stats, live streams, social feeds, photos, personalized team pages, breaking news. One place for everything you're looking for. That's why the Minnesota Star-Tribune is launching Strip Varsity. You'll find Minnesota Star-Tribune journalism, Minnesota Prep Hub stats and schedules, streams, stories, and more. Strip Varsity is Minnesota's new home for complete high school sports coverage. Sign up today at startribune.com/stripvarsity.
Vikings faithful, listen up. Your game day checklist is more than wearing purple and gold. It's about victory from the first play to the final whistle. During tense, close calls, Dove shampoo, body wash, and deodorant keep you fresh and dry from head to toe. And what's a true Vikings tailgate without the secret weapon to sliders and sides, Hellman's Real Mayo. Then when post-game dishes pile up like a defensive line, 7th generation detergent is the powerhouse that blitzes through the grease and grime. Stock up on Dove, Hellman's, and 7th generation. And Skol Vikings.
The recruitment industry has changed, and it's time for you to take action and change with it. If you're looking to advance your career, or your company is looking to hire key individuals that can grow your business, GPAC is here for you. We are the eyes and ears of the industries we serve. Contact us today at gogpac.com. That's GOGPAC.com. It's grow time.
All right, team, huddle up. It's game time at Mystic Lake. Score season-long prizes with drawings, giveaways, and more action at the official casino of the Minnesota Vikings. Catch a $15 round-trip ride to U.S. Bank Stadium for a Minnesota Vikings home game with Mystic Lake Game Day Park and Ride. And raise a glass to victory with game day food and drink specials at Hop House, the Twin Cities' newest sports bar and live music destination. Check out the latest casino promotions at mysticlake.com. You don't want to miss out.
Preseason fan line? Why wouldn't we? It's me, Nordo, and we're doing that after the game right here on the Fan.
As we await decisions on Rondale Moore, still down on the sideline. So let's pause. Texans by 1 second quarter. This is Vikings football.
Welcome to the Chevy Lightning Round. Guess the clues to win. First team, you're up.
Powerful, commanding, unstoppable.
Silverado.
Adventurous, fun, techie.
Trailblazer.
Stylish, nimble.
Tracks.
Innovative, electric.
Blazer EV.
Lightning Round champions. You've guessed all the right Chevy clues.
Wherever the year takes you, explore it together in the Chevy of your choice. Visit ChevyDealOnline.com.
This Minnesota Vikings season, touchdowns are great, but sacks are better. That's because Buffalo Wild Wings is giving away 6 free wings with a $10 minimum purchase anytime the Vikings get 2 or more sacks in a game. This Sacks for Wings promotion is valid for 3 days after each qualifying game at participating Buffalo Wild Wings throughout Minnesota and surrounding areas. Get your 6 free wings on top of great drink specials, including new happy hour and late night offers throughout football season at your local B-Dubs, a preferred sports bar of the Minnesota Vikings.
Ready? Set!
TCO, for when the Minnesota Vikings need the best sports medicine available.
Ready? Set!
TCO, for partnering with more schools and communities.
Ready? Set!
TCO, for more urgent care locations ready to go. Twin Cities Orthopedics. Ready, set, TCO. Learn more at TCOMN.com.
Hey, it's Paul Allen, and for decades I've been telling you to go to Continental Diamond to buy your engagement ring. I have Andy here. Why do you think Continental Diamond has been so successful over the years?
It's definitely because of our We Care More attitude, PA. We have an amazing team that genuinely cares about providing our clients the best experience and the most value.
For 25 years, wow, a quarter century, I've been promising and they've been delivering. Visit Continental Diamond in St. Louis Park or continentaldiamond.com.
This is Vikings preseason football. Vikings Texans on the Fan.
There you see a towel over the head of Rondale Moore, who left the field, is heading back to the Vikings locker room. That's bad news for Rondale Moore, guys.
Yeah, it's awful. I think everybody was cheering for him. I know I was cheering for him. You know, when we picked him up, he's coming off a right knee injury from last year, you know, hoping that he was going to be 100% and hoping that he could return to the guy that he was at Purdue, where he was almost unstoppable in the open field when he got the ball in his hands. It didn't work out for him as other stops in Arizona. It looks, I don't want to speculate on what it is, but obviously it's very serious. Let's just hope that it's maybe not as bad as they're thinking, and he's got a real chance to come back and make this football team, but things are not looking good now.
Well, about a year ago when he was with the Falcons, they were having a joint practice with the Miami Dolphins, and he left that practice with his right leg in an air cast. Man, that's too bad for Rondale Moore. All right, back to action. 7-6 Texans, and the quarterback still is Sam Howell. That'll be a run up the middle for 4 yards. It'll make it about 2nd and 6. Davis Mills with a touchdown pass to Braxton Berrios. Will Reichert 2 for 2 on field goals. J.J. McCarthy played 12 plays. He ran once for 8 yards. He was 4 of 7 for 30 yards. No touchdowns, no picks overall. Rookie Ty Felton in motion to the right. Play action by Howell. Boots out to the left, and he'll throw it into the ground in the general direction of rookie Urasek. It'll be 3rd and 6 from the 10 for the Vikings. As, by the way, you're watching the simulcast, of course, on Fox 9 and listening to it on KFAN and the Minnesota Vikings audio network all throughout the upper Midwest.
I'll say this about Sam Howell. Is just In 2023, he threw for almost 4,000 yards, threw 612 pass attempts, led the NFL. So he's experienced. He knows what he's doing. So when he's getting rid of the football quickly, something broke down somewhere in this offense.
The Vikings are 3 of 6 on third down. Hal with a quick out left. Ty Felton goes to shaking left and right and left and right. And he can't get around the linebacker, but he did enough for the first down. Ty Felton, third-round rookie from Maryland with a Vikings first down. You know, Ty Felton last year led the Big Ten in receptions and receiving yards. Also had 6 kick returns at 25 per. You lead the Big Ten in receptions and receiving yards. That's pretty good.
It is, and 8 of his 9 touchdowns were inside the red zone. So guys that catch the ball in the red zone are good route runners. So I like Ty Felton. I think he was just a little bit late turning that thing up. The timing might be a little bit off, but Felton looks good so far.
Sam Howell, 7 of 8, 48 yards. First and 10 for the Vikings. Handoff goes to Ty Chandler after Jordan Mason ran on the first possession. Ty Chandler has gotten the lion's share. That's a 3-yard run to the right, 2nd and 7. And now Xavier Scott, first full year from Maine. He's going to spell Ty Chandler. And from what we hear, those two are in a pretty nifty battle for the third running back spot.
Yeah, if you're watching or listening, I think this is the battle that is really intriguing. You know, we saw a lot of Ty Chandler last year. We saw him get, a bulk of the carries, after Jordan Mason went out. But Xavier Scott, don't sleep on this guy. I mean, this guy has a nice balance between power and speed, 6'1", 220, and he can fly.
Sam Howell out of the shotgun, throws left, threads the needle, caught Lucky Jackson at about the 27-yard line. That'll be a quick hitter for 9 and another Minnesota Vikings first down.
It's interesting to see how the offense is changing a little bit with Sam Howell at quarterback. You're getting a lot more toward the sideline, some of these outs with the digs. I mean, opening it up, I think, a little bit in the passing game. So to go back a run, I know we're talking about Xavier Scott and Ty Chandler going back and forth. Ben, it was a power play. We had double teams up front, a long puller, a counter step. We're not used to seeing that kind of running game.
Scott was on the Vikings practice squad last year. Howell play action, rolls out to the right, throws it out of bounds. Middle of the second quarter, 7-6 Houston. For more on Xavier Scott on the sideline, here's Tatum.
Yeah, guys, listen to this. Xavier Scott is not the only professional athlete in his family. His wife, McKenna, is a professional sprint car driver. Our Vikings.com writer, Lindsey Young, recently caught up with the couple. And before meeting McKenna, Scott said the extent of his racing knowledge was the Indy 500 and Talladega Nights. But McKenna is thriving in a male-dominated industry as a driver, mechanic, and a full-time team owner of Team Haas Racing. How about that for a competitive couple?
Excellent. Gee, I wonder if Xavier Scott was one of the first to see F1 when it came out. Howell throwing right. Caught Lucky. Oh, Lucky Jackson left his feet and brought it in for a Vikings first down. He went up high over D'Angelo Ross for a 17-yard grab, and the Vikings are at their own 44.
It's really impressive about the throw, not just the distance from the left hash all the way outside to the right numbers. That he got his right foot sort of kicked out, so he did not have a clean platform to throw.
Howell's in a hurry. He'll throw right. Caught Ja'Shawn Jones in his second year. Another Vikings first down. They're in Texans territory. Chains move. Ball to the 35-yard line. That's a 21-yard hit. And Ja'Shawn Jones, first full year from Maryland, college free agent last year, had a pretty good preseason.
And I think with Howell and his experience, you're getting some of this tempo offense and getting down the field. And Howell wanted to pull the trigger on that last play and hit the go route, but saw what was kind of developing in front of him. Ja'Shawn Jones one-on-one going to be open. Waited and then delivered a perfect strike.
First down for the Vikings, 7-6 Texans, 6.5 minutes to go in the first half. Jones in motion to the left. Here's Xavier Scott with some bulldog running to the right side, across the 30, just inside the numbers, taken down at the 28. That'll be a run of 7. That guy, Justin Jefferson, you see on Fox 9, he's going to join the broadcast for the entire third quarter. When we did it last year, it was phenomenal. That's what we expect today, boys.
Yeah, he was great, and it seemed like, once he jumped on the mic, we just had big play after big play, big after big play. He's like, man, I like this. Our offense is moving the football. We're scoring points, and he's a great omen. Hopefully the same thing happens again in the third quarter for us.
Thayer Thomas in motion to the right. Scott with the handoff. and he slow rolls it up the middle and weaves his way across the 25 for a Vikings first down to the 23. Xavier Scott with a 6-yard run.
And Ben, you know this as well as anyone. You get like guys like Xavier Scott in this game, Ty Chandler, a little bit more experience, but they haven't been really hit yet and brought to the ground. They've been practicing guys trying to strip the football, but ball security is so important. But I like how if Xavier Scott makes his team, I think it's a definite shift in a paradigm that we're going to be a north and south kind of running team.
Sam Howell's under center, offset eye right, play action, sidearms it to Scott, right flat, caught, pedal to the metal outside the numbers to the 20, dragging Texans at the 15, first down, Xavier Scott. We're starting to get to know him so well, I think we should call him Zay. It's an 11-yard catch and run and a first down.
Well, and that's exactly what he did at the University of Maine. But get this, he actually caught more passes at Maine than he actually ran the football. And so, to Pete's point, I think you see the vision, you see his ability to run with the football. Now it's a matter of, like, if you're going to run between the tackles and be a real running back at this level, can you hold on to the football? Can you take a pounding? Can you break the tackles of defensive linemen and linebackers versus corners and safety?
Tight end left, Giovanni Ricci. Xavier Scott, jump cut right. It was nice across the 10, and he gets inside the 5. Xavier Scott down to the 3-yard line. Sweet little run there for 8, and that'll make it second and right around 2.
A beautiful job by Xavier Scott to notice the safety blitz and let that play just kind of happen. Nice job by the guard, or the deal is Joe Huber comes off, walls that thing outside, jump cut right where the blitz was. So I'm very impressed with Xavier Scott and his vision.
13th play of a possession that's gone 91 yards, led by Sam Howell, and that guy, Xavier Scott, he gets the ball, he drags Texans up the middle to the 2, to the 1, and he stopped right in front of the goal line. But it'll be first and goal for the Minnesota Vikings, led by Sam Howell, who have run 13 plays, and they've gone 93 yards, and now they're going to hustle to the line of scrimmage. Howell under center. Sam Howell goes to sneaking up the middle. Sam Howell lunging for the purple that is in the west side end zone, and touchdown! The Minnesota Vikings' first preseason touchdown comes from the legs of backup quarterback Sam Howell.
And Ben, what's impressed me, Sam Howell had 5 rushing touchdowns 2 seasons ago, and we're not seeing him scramble a lot here, but when he's forced to take that snap and get that yard, he's doing it. What a great day so far for Howell.
What a great drive he had to get him down there to the goal stripe and lunge in. Every one of his passes were accurate. They were on time, nice rhythm throws. He showed off some arm strength as well. He showed off this ability to sort of layer the ball and kind of feather the ball with some touch on some of the longer throws. So really impressive with how he orchestrated and executed that drive.
Yeah, when 14 plays, 94 yards, took half the quarter. Will Reichert bangs through the extra point. 13-7 Minnesota, preseason game number 1, courtesy of the Minnesota Vikings Entertainment Network.
Quick Trip and your Minnesota Vikings are teaming up to put you in the ride of your dreams. Picture this, you behind the wheel of a brand new 2025 Ford Bronco Big Bend. Nice picture. Make it happen. Stop by your local Quick Trip, and for every $1 you spend using Quick Rewards, you'll earn a point to spend in the Vikings Fan Zone. Buy special qualifying products and earn bonus Fan Zone points. Kick off your winning season the right way with Quick Trip and your Minnesota Vikings. Details at quicktrip.com/fanzone.
Eagan, Minnesota is the proud home of the Minnesota Vikings, and it's also the ultimate destination for fantastic fun. Eagan features over 100 unique restaurants and amazing attractions, such as Twin Cities Premium Outlets and the Vikings Museum. And when you stay in any of Eagan's 19 incredible hotels Thursday through Sunday and pick your package, you'll receive 2 free tickets to the Vikings Museum. Other great offers are also available. For complete details, visit enjoyegan.com. That's enjoyegan.com.
For the Vikings, growth is a team effort. Coaches maximize performance. Teammates push your limits. But in business, who's there to help you grow? Lumen, that's who. Like saving live broadcasts from lag time, helping deliver the in-stadium experience for fans with millions more around the globe, and bringing all the benefits of the cloud to your network, so it's as secure as a defensive line and as legendary as the fans that cheer them on. Welcome to the on-demand network that meets your demands. Learn more at lumen.com. Services not available everywhere.
Jess Sims is always looking to take her performance to the next level.
Palms facing you, then you're going to switch.
You got this, Jess.
We got this.
And she needs her money to work as hard as she does. That's why she uses U.S. Bank Smartly Checking and Savings, which does exactly that, helping her track her spending and grow her money.
About the mental work.
Together we'll achieve more than any of us could alone. That's the power of Jess, and this is the power of us. Visit usbank.com today to get started. Member FDIC, copyright 2025 U.S. Bank.
This is FM 100.3, KFXN Minneapolis, St. Paul. The Fan.
It's Vikings football courtesy of the BEN and Minnesota. Thanks to a touchdown by Sam Howell, has taken the lead over the Houston Texans. And here's your U.S. Bank look ahead. It's the Minnesota Vikings schedule. Pete, why don't you go ahead and take us through that first half?
Well, a couple big things. First of all, JJ's going home to LaGrange Park, Chicago, play in front of his people. But the thing about it is the two good teams that we're playing, Cincinnati, Philadelphia, both at home, good quarterbacks. 2 weeks out in Europe. Here we go.
Nacho?
Yeah, I tell you what, after that bye, it is a gauntlet. You have the Super Bowl champs, and we have to go on a short week out to L.A. And then we have Baltimore after that. I mean, that to me, that Philly, Chargers, Detroit, Baltimore, those 4 games right there, that might just decide how the rest of the season goes and what we look like in the postseason.
Meanwhile, that opener at Soldier Field, I mean, Ben Johnson, super well respected, offensive mind, stumble bomb, throw touchdowns to quarterbacks, put right tackles in motion on jet sweeps. He now leads the Bears. He goes against Flores. O'Connell against new defensive coordinator Dennis Allen. I mean, this thing's good enough to eat. Yeah, Monday Night Football, September 8th. Keaton Slovis, the quarterback for the Houston Texans. Woody Marks, a 4th-round rookie from USC, who reportedly has had a dynamic training camp for DeMeco Ryans' Texans. Woody Marks will run for 4 yards, and that makes it 2nd and 6.
Nice job by Brian Asamoah to get himself over. And Brian Asamoah, this is a big year for him. 4th year, coming out of Oklahoma. He was a high draft pick. He's got to start pushing and saying, you know what, I'm worthy of some playing time, because right now he's been relegated pretty much to special teams.
Davis Mills started for the Texans. Keaton Slovis is the quarterback now. Throws right, caught at the 30, shy of the first down. And it'll be 3rd down for the Houston Texans. Keaton Slovis was with Indianapolis this time last year, and he played all 3 preseason games for the Colts, 16 of 22, 149, no touchdowns, no picks. And he was released and picked up by the Houston Texans, spent last season on their practice squad. After Slovis in the second half, they'll use Graham Mertz, 6th-round rookie from Florida. And we hit the 2-minute warning with the Minnesota Vikings leading 13-7. Let's see what the Texans do when we return to the Vikings Entertainment Network.
No matter who you are or what you do, there's a Ford vehicle that can help you own the day. Make life on the go feel like a breeze in the new Ford Explorer. Make tough tasks look easy with the powerful performance of a new built Ford Tough F-Series truck, the best-selling trucks in America for 48 years. Or take your adventures in the great outdoors to a whole new level with our built wild family of Ford Broncos. Whether it's for work or play, there's a Ford with a great deal waiting for you at your local Northland Ford dealers. Don't wait, get behind the wheel of a new Ford today. Based on calendar year total sales.
When football season kicks off, everything else takes a backseat to sports convenience. That's sports convenience. Running errands, not sports convenient. Cooking dinner, not sports convenient. But shopping online is now extra sports convenient thanks to Pays, a fast online checkout offered by banks and credit unions. With Pays, there's no typing in card numbers, no apps to download, and cards stay in one place so you don't have to leave the couch. In the name of sports convenience, try Pays today. Learn more at PAZE.com.
From coin flip to final whistle, show your diehard passion for your Minnesota Vikings all season long with your favorite purple and gold gear from Shields. Bring your best this year, whether you're cheering from US Bank Stadium or from your living room with your favorite jerseys, hats, collectibles, and Vikings branded gear from the Shields Fan Shop. Visit us at your local Shields or Shields.com and let's cheer on the Vikings. Shields, proud partner of the Minnesota Vikings and football fans everywhere.
NFL fans, when it's time to get Vikings tickets, you can tackle game day with total certainty with Ticketmaster. With 100% verified tickets available all season long, you can count on getting in with ease and spend time focusing on the good stuff. Even if you're headed to the game last minute, you can still score seats. Want to meet up inside the stadium with your crew? Transferring your tickets is an easy handoff. So, get those touchdown celebrations ready and score your tickets today at Ticketmaster.com/Vikings.
With NFL Plus, keep the NFL in reach. Stream live out-of-market preseason games, live local and primetime games on mobile during the regular and postseason, and NFL Network, including 7 exclusive live games. With NFL Plus Premium, watch every touchdown every Sunday afternoon during the regular season on NFL Red Zone. And for a limited time, save 20% on an annual NFL Plus Premium subscription. Offer ends September 15th. Sign up today at plus.nfl.com/radio. Terms and conditions apply.
Hey, it's Chris Hockey. We'll break this game down with Ben Lieber Monday morning, 5:30 to 9, right here on The Fan.
Preseason football back on the Vikings Entertainment Network. That guy, Kevin O'Connell, he will be joining the broadcast next week when the Vikings host the New England Patriots. It's a noon boom on Fox 9 and KFAN and the Minnesota Vikings vast and ever-expanding audio network. But today, third quarter, be here, Justin Jefferson. He will join us mic'd up from the sideline for all the third quarter. Meanwhile, 13-7 Minnesota, 3rd and 2. Keaton Slovis back to pass. Fastball right, caught at the 35. And it's a first down for the Texans. That's Xavier Hutchinson, one of 3 Iowa State receivers they use. He's in his 3rd year from Iowa State. That's a gain of 5 yards. And a first down for the Texans as the clock runs. It'll be 1st and 10 from their own 37-yard line. The Texans have 3 timeouts. Each team with 3 timeouts. And Keaton Slovis working out of the shotgun. 2 receivers left, making 3. 1 to the right. Snap. Looks left. Throws left. Caught. Blackman shoves the receiver out of bounds. It'll be 2nd down. Let's head down to Tatum Everett. What's up, Tatum?
Yeah, fun fact about Jalen Redmond. His first NFL career sack was against the Houston Texans. He told me his goal in 2025 is to be more consistent. And that means that the Vikings stack defensive line with the additions of Jonathan Allen and Javon Hargrave. It's a loaded room. I asked Redmond how the chemistry was. He said it's actually crazy because when they were added to the room, it was a natural connection. They're having so much fun in there. Even Javon Hargrave, who giggles in the back, and apparently his laugh is iconic.
Yeah, Redmond is a handful. He's still in the game now. Slovis throws right, caught Hutchinson. Nice catch. Pass wasn't great. Clock runs. And check that. That's Johnson. That is, all right, 3-2. Brevin Jordan. Brevin Jordan brings it in, and it's going to be short of the first down. The side judge said clock runs. Meanwhile, the clock stopped, but now Brad Allen says no, start the clock. So Slovis out of the shotgun, and this feels like a false start for the Texans. Jay Ward started at safety, threatened blitz. He's still in the game.
False start. Offense number 9. Inside 2 minutes, this carries a potential 10-second runoff. However, Houston has elected to call timeout in order to avoid the runoff. Charge timeout. Houston, they're first. It will be 30 seconds.
Back to Jalen Redmond quickly, Ben. We left that night practice, and you went to Twitter saying, I love Jalen Redmond. He kind of dominated tonight. You were on him last year. What do you like about him?
I mean, can I consider him like a camp crush?
Yeah. Yeah.
Between he and Gabe Murphy, whose Gabe is having an outstanding day already today. He's had a couple of quarterback hits and that sack. But Jalen is just like, he just continues to get better with every rep. I mean, this is a guy that didn't play football until his junior year of high school. Then all of a sudden becomes a 5-star recruit, had some medical issues when he was at Oklahoma, and now he just shines with every opportunity. He's so quick. He's so nimble. He's a big guy that knows how to use his hands. Fundamentally, he is so strong and so slippery and constantly is disruptive in the backfield.
Charge timeout.
Too many men.
Minnesota, they're first. It will be 30 seconds.
No, they called a timeout. I think
we had too many men.
Oh, we did?
Yeah.
Well, Durante Jones, Brian Flores, I believe, called the first series. DB's coach Durante Jones is calling the defense now. That's at least what we were told yesterday. And with 47 seconds to go in the first half, Texans get the ball to begin the second half. It is 13-7 Vikings. I'm just feeling like I slighted Brevin Jordan, 5th year from Miami, when I called him Hutchinson, because, I mean, who can forget his 76-yard touchdown in the 2023 wild card round versus Cleveland? That's the second longest tight end touchdown in the history of the postseason. Brevin, my bad. 3rd down for the Texans, down by 6. Each team with 2 timeouts. Keaton Slovis, 3 receivers left, 1 right. Snap. Fires. Caught. 1st down over the logo. And that is Xavier Hutchinson, 3rd year from Iowa State, gain of 9.
And that's Samaya Vaughn. You know, if it's a zero-type blitz, that the ball's going to have to come out quickly. So you have to be right there when that ball hits to make that tackle. And I guarantee you,
30 seconds.
Well, I guarantee you Durante Jones is making these calls, because I've seen 3 corner blitzes in the last half of this quarter and almost a zero blitz right there. I mean, so they're definitely getting aggressive. And for the Texans, the aggression makes sense, because the Texans are making passes, Ben, but they're short. And they don't have the time nor the timeouts to get this thing all the way in the end zone.
Well, the thing is, like, you know this when it comes to evaluations for guys like Samaya Vaughn, is that it is situational awareness. It's not just, do you understand the play call? Do you understand what, a 3rd drop is, or, inside leverage on man coverage? It's like, no, we have an all-out blitz. Is basically manned up right now from off coverage. This ball's coming out fast. Stop backpedaling and just break on the ball immediately.
Slovis, 7 of 7, 40 yards, deep drop, floats out to the left, farther to the left, and he throws it out of bounds. Play took about 5 seconds, so it'll be 2nd down, 2nd and 10 from the Vikings 49. The only touchdowns in the game, Davis Mills to Braxton Berrios. For the Texans, Sam Howell sneaked in for the Vikings' only touchdown, capping a 14-play, 94-yard possession.
Let me jump on the Jalen Redmond bandwagon and tell you his first start versus Atlanta. He was the first D lineman since Pat Williams in 2009 with 2 TFLs and 2 pass deflections in that game. His first start, and only the 4th Viking defensive lineman to ever do it.
2nd down. More on that momentarily. Slovis. Asamoah blitz. It's picked up. Throw left, incomplete with 32 seconds to go in the first half. It can be argued, because we all are hearing it from the same people, and they're super well-respected football minds. The defensive line depth of the Minnesota Vikings with Jalen Redmond, Levi Drake Rodriguez, Taki Taimani, and so on, it might be the overall strength of the team, right, Nacho?
Yeah, I mean, that is something that we asked Kwesi yesterday when we were all having a production meeting. You brought up that exact question. He paused. He gave a very thoughtful, consideration of all the other positions. Yeah, I think you're right.
Slovis, trouble, hit, down, throws it away. Might be a sack for Eric Wilson. Eric Wilson. That'd be super cool if they give Wilson a sack on that play. 9th year from Cincinnati. 9 years ago, he was here, undrafted from Cincinnati. Now we got a flag now with 25 seconds to go in the first half.
His knee was definitely down before that ball got out of his hand. So, not sure what the penalty's going to be.
And who was first on the scene, you guys? This is my guy, 61.
I know.
Oh, he was so close. He was actually just coming off a little bit of a twist up front. And he got to Slovis first. Yeah, we're seeing the replay right now. Slovis's knee is on the ground, ball still in his hands. That's going to be a sack. And the thing is, who do you credit the sack to? There was 2 Vikings defenders right on it.
E-Dub, veteran in the mix.
Well, one thing for sure is again, when you blitz, you got to have contain. And I don't know if it looked like Brian Asamoah was the linebacker that was tasked with keeping the quarterback in the pocket, or else that thing would have happened a lot earlier.
After reviewing the play, the quarterback's knee was down prior to the pass, therefore there is no intentional grounding. Reset the game clock to 27, and Minnesota is taking a charge timeout. Their second.
Gabe Murphy.
Gabe?
Yeah, Gabe, not E-Dub. So Wow, holy cow.
They didn't address the flag on the field, though, so I'm not sure what
So 14-yard loss, guys.
Yeah, you had the little twist up front. A nice job by Bo Richter getting the penetration. He and Jalen Redmond running a great stunt. So
nice.
The Vikings will get the ball back with not a lot of time left, but you never know. He might get in field goal range.
Asamoah was held, too. Gabriel Murphy in his second year from UCLA. The primary edge guys are Andrew Van Ginkel and Jonathan Grenard. After that, Dallas Turner, Gabriel Murphy. Those would be the two immediate backups. Bo Richter also in that mix. So the more you can get out of Gabriel Murphy, the more it's going to push Dallas Turner to make sure Gabe doesn't jump him for edge guy 3, but it's going to push everybody, including Bo Richter. Tommy Townsend with an incredibly high punt. Ty Felton runs up on it, brings it in at the 30, make that the 27-yard line, 36-yard punt. Now, just to update you on something that happened earlier, wide receiver Rondale Moore played one play, and he got hurt. It looked to be his left leg. He was taken back to the locker room. I bring it up because Rondale Moore is listed on the depth chart as punt returner number 1, but he obviously is lost for the game.
And it's been a while since the Vikings had a guy that could really affect the game at that position, and we were hoping that Rondale Moore, at least, he's a veteran. You have to trust the punt returner. So it's might be a sneaky big loss if he's out for a while.
We are heading to halftime, and the Minnesota Vikings have a 13-7 lead over the Houston Texans. Sam Howell was the quarterback after J.J. McCarthy played a series. If Howell's done, 11 of 13, 105, but a rushing touchdown. Now, coming up at halftime, Jared Allen is celebrated. He went into the Hall of Fame last weekend. We think you're going to like it on the Vikings Entertainment Network.
Minnesota deserves a go-to destination for all things high school sports in our state. All the scores, the stories, the stats, live streams, social feeds, photos, personalized team pages, breaking news. One place for everything you're looking for. That's why the Minnesota Star Tribune is launching Strip Varsity. You'll find Minnesota Star Tribune journalism, Minnesota Prep Hub stats and schedules, streams, stories, and more. Strip Varsity is Minnesota's new home for complete high school sports coverage. Sign up today at startribune.com/stripvarsity.
What did you do at New Horizon Academy today, Miles?
Mom, letter of the week is S. We added the word sun to our word wall. We read a book about the weather, built a solar oven on the playground. We practiced star breathing, and then I learned how to make an S in sign language. It was so fun.
Sounds like you had a great day.
New Horizon Academy offers premium early childhood development for all families. We serve best-in-class social-emotional education for kiddos from infancy to school age. Check us out at newhorizonacademy.net.
A winning team needs great players. At Trade Home Shoes, we have legendary players like Birkenstock, Brooks, New Balance, UGG, Adidas, and Nike. We also have top performers like Hoka, On, Olakai, Ufos, Ultra, and a rising star, Rival. Whether you're gearing up for game day or the daily hustle, score a winning pair for the whole family at Trade Home Shoes. Proud partner of the Minnesota Vikings. Trade Home Shoes. Enjoy life. Feet first.
At Anderson, we understand the challenges of builders and contractors better than most. Here's proof from real pros.
The best service department is the one you don't need, right? But when you do, I know they're going to be there.
The 400 series has earned my trust to the point where we have put it in our own home.
When somebody says Anderson, everybody responds quality.
Helping builders and contractors craft their legacy. Anderson, the #1 trusted window and door brand. Claims based on 2022 Anderson brand surveys of U.S. contractors and builders.
Your home for all things purple. FM 100.3 KFAN, The Fan.
The Minnesota Vikings halftime report is presented by U.S. Bank, Polaris, Happy Thursday Spiked Refreshers, and by Twin Cities Orthopedics. Now live from U.S. Bank Stadium, here's Mike Mussman.
13-7 here at the halftime stats presented by Lumen, official technology partner of your Minnesota Vikings. J.J. McCarthy gets in one series, 4 of 7, 30 yards. He hit Addison for 3 receptions and 33 yards. And again, it's 13-7. Only one Minnesota brand has what it takes to help you explore the roads, the trails, the lakes, and the snow. Polaris, think outside. Justin Jefferson is going to join the broadcast coming up here in the third quarter. Coming up here in the second half of our halftime show, Ron Johnson is going to join me, and located at Eden Prairie Center, Wildfire offers a selection of steaks, chops, and seafood in a modern-day 1940s supper club. You can join them for lunch, dinner, and carry out. Plan your next corporate or social event in one of their private rooms, or you can let them cater to your home and or office. Visit wildfirerestaurant.com. 13-7 at the half. This is Vikings football.
Quick Trip and your Minnesota Vikings are teaming up to put you in the ride of your dreams. Picture this. You behind the wheel of a brand new 2025 Ford Bronco Big Bend. Nice picture. Make it happen. Stop by your local Quick Trip, and for every dollar you spend using Quick Rewards, you'll earn a point to spend in the Vikings Fan Zone. Buy special qualifying products and earn bonus Fan Zone points. Kick off your winning season the right way with Quick Trip and your Minnesota Vikings. Details at quicktrip.com/fanzone.
Are you a building owner or manager looking for a top-notch commercial property maintenance provider? Look no further than Curbside Landscape and Irrigation. Established in 1998, we service some of the most prominent commercial properties in the Twin Cities, including the campus at Viking Lakes. From snow removal to landscaping and so much more, we've got you covered. Need our services or looking for a career in this industry? Contact us today at www.curbsidelandscape.com.
Oh, hey.
Hey, thanks for meeting me here. It's just, you're my only lawyer friend, and I need your professional opinion. Do you see that brand new Hyundai Tucson out there? That's all I paid for it.
Let me get back to you on that. Deal's so right, it almost feels wrong. At the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Get 0% APR for 60 months, plus 0 payments for 90 days on all Hyundai Palisade, Santa Fe, and Santa Fe hybrid models. And check out our other great deals at your Hyundai dealer today. Offer ends September 2nd. Call 562-314-4603 for details.
She's Jen, the ultimate Vikings fan.
Okay, everybody, welcome to the Vikings Jan Show Fan Show. My special guest today is Jared Allen. So, Jared, who you got for the Vikings game this week?
Minnesota Vikings.
Me too. So, that's our show. We'd like to thank our sponsor, the Minnesota Lottery, who reminds you this could be your year. Play the new
Vikings
Scratch Game for a shot at $100,000, game tickets, and more. Minnesota Lottery. I'm in. Must be 18 or older to play.
To Vikings football on Minnesota's station for sports, FM 100.3 KFAN, The Fan.
Welcome back. 13-7. A must. This is your halftime show, and there's a new way to stream your Vikings coverage, shows, and insight right on the big screen TV. It's Fox Local, a free streaming app. Search Fox Local on your streaming device, install, and then stay connected with your Vikings and local news with Fox Local. Speaking of Fox and local, we got Ron Johnson sitting here in the booth here. Ron, we got Justin Jefferson going to join the broadcast coming up here in just a little bit. It's kicking off the third quarter. But first and foremost, J.J. McCarthy, one series, gets in. What'd you think?
4 for 7, 30 yards. He was real decisive getting the ball out of his hands. I mean, honestly, that first rollout to his left, he's a right-handed quarterback, a little bit behind Addison. But again, the fact that he could do it and then the next one to run and get the first down with his legs, he didn't look panicked. He didn't look flustered. He had the starting offensive line out there. I mean, he didn't have Justin Jefferson, though. Right. So to have that connection early with Jordan Addison, he didn't really get a chance to go to T.J. Hockenson, but the run game looked good. But, I mean, as much as everybody nationally wants to hate on J.J., he looks fine. McCarthy, to me, I mean, honestly, and Kevin O'Connell's not going to give him a ton in preseason anyway to show.
Yeah, Donovan Jackson looked like he had some struggles there, even though he was with the ones there, but he got pushed around a little bit. Welcome to the NFL.
Yeah, and Randall McDaniel said that. He said offensive guard is one of the hardest things to play in the NFL. You know, we heard that from Ed Ingram. The thing about Donovan Jackson is, again, once you get the full range of offense, once you get everybody up and going, it might be week 4 or week 5, but I think this offensive line is going to be one of the best in the NFL.
Yeah, absolutely. And as we mentioned, Justin Jefferson's going to be adding to the broadcast coming up here in the third quarter. And Howell, what we found out with that guy, he's got a cannon of an arm.
Yeah, and, you know, everybody said he wasn't the quote-unquote solid backup guy, but he looked pretty good. And at the end of the day, he's been an NFL player before. He's played in games, and he can throw the ball. I don't know if he's going to go in the third quarter. I really want to see Rippon and Max Brosmer because we need to know who's QB3. And we talked about that on the broadcast earlier on the pregame show is between, Rippon and Brosmer, who's going to have a better day-to-day because then next week you're going to get a full range of JJ and probably more Howell than anything. And then from there, it's just JJ stayed healthy. I think that's the key. We should have to see, hopefully, Sam Howell the entire season.
Less than 30 seconds here left. Ron Johnson joining us here at the halftime show. The one part I didn't like about when the Texans were out their first series, 4 yards, 7 yards, 3 yards, 6 yards, 7 yards, not one TFL for the Vikings.
Yeah, Jonathan Gennard's on the bench. So you don't have all the guys out there. It is what it is. I know when they watch film, those guys are trying to make the team. And it's the tough thing about the NFL. Everybody's got to make a play.
The Texans get the ball to start the second half. Ron Johnson, thank you so much, buddy. Appreciate that. Coming up here next, the third quarter, Justin Jefferson's going to join the broadcast on the Minnesota Vikings Radio Network, driven by Polaris.
No matter who you are or what you do, there's a Ford vehicle that can help you own the day. Make life on the go feel like a breeze in the new Ford Explorer. Make tough tasks look easy with the powerful performance of a new built Ford Tough F-Series truck, the best-selling trucks in America for 48 years. Or take your adventures in the great outdoors to a whole new level with our built wild family of Ford Broncos. Whether it's for work or play, there's a Ford with a great deal waiting for you at your local Northland Ford dealers. Don't wait, get behind the wheel of a new Ford today, based on calendar year total sales.
Vikings fans, sometimes you need to play defense when you shop online. So many websites these days ask you to store your card numbers with them, and it's time to blow the whistle on that. Participating banks and credit unions are now offering Paze, an online checkout service with added security. With Paze, actual card numbers aren't actually shared with merchants. Now that's protecting your pocket. Find out if your bank or credit union offers Paze today at Paze.com. That's PAZE.com.
Ready? TCO, for when the Minnesota Vikings need the best sports medicine available. Ready, set. TCO, for partnering with more schools and communities. Ready, set. TCO, for more urgent care locations ready to go. Twin Cities Orthopedics. Ready, set, TCO. Learn more at TCOMN.com.
Vikings faithful, listen up. Your game day checklist is more than wearing purple and gold. It's about victory from the first play to the final whistle. During tense, close calls, Dove shampoo, body wash, and deodorant keep you fresh and dry from head to toe. And what's a true Vikings tailgate without the secret weapon to sliders and sides, Hellman's Real Mayo. Then when post-game dishes pile up like a defensive line, 7th generation detergent is the powerhouse that blitzes through the grease and grime. Stock up on Dove, Hellman's, and 7th generation. And Skol Vikings.
Radio home of the Vikings, Gophers, and Wild. Minnesota sports station is FM 100.3 KFAN. Now back to the stadium and the fans, Paul Allen.
And by Miller Lite.
Welcome back into the second half, 13-7 Minnesota. Tatum Everett is with the reigning Coach of the Year, Kevin O'Connell.
All right, thanks, Paul. It's been 364 days since J.J. McCarthy saw game action. Yeah. What did you like from your starting quarterback on his one drive in the game?
Yeah, I thought there were some nice third down conversions, hitting explosive to Jay in the play pass game. You know, he ran the show, hearing, guys like B.O. and Ryan Kelly and some of these guys, T.J. Hawkinson coming back saying, hey, the huddle was sharp, totally all 11 guys on the same page, and that's the kind of things you're looking for early on. And then I love the fact that he stole a first down with his legs on a fourth down, critical. So a lot of really positive things, not a whole lot of game planning going on, so it's really just about footwork, fundamentals, technique, and I like the fact that we've been able to kind of have 3 drives as an offense for double-digit plays and points every time, including that last touchdown drive.
That's right, 2 field goals and a touchdown. What do you hope to see from your offensive depth pieces in the second half?
Yeah, I'd like to see the line of scrimmage kind of maintain. I think we're doing a good job, getting those initial combinations up front and getting the run game going. I like as these drives go on, we can lean on the opponent a little bit, and then I think we can continue to mix some play passes and see if we can give these people something to cheer about. But what I like is the limited penalties, the execution, and if we can do it for 30 more minutes, I'd love to come out of here 1-0.
All right, thanks, Coach. Best luck in the second half.
Thank you, Tatum. J.J. McCarthy, 4 of 7, 30 yards. Let's take a peek at the way some things developed. What do you guys think, Ben, Pete?
Well, I love, early on we saw him get outside the pocket, make a throw where he's off platform. He's going to have a lot of those in this offense where it's going to be a lot of play pass, a lot of outside the pocket throws, and the accuracy was downfield was on point as well.
Absolutely, and then right here making a play with his legs. That's when you want him to do that. It's a fourth down. You got to move the chains, and there's a breakdown in the blitz, so he took advantage of it. I thought he saw the field very well. There was one play down the middle, deep down the middle on an in route to Lucky Jackson. He didn't quite come up with, so not 100% perfect, but I think a good first outing for JJ.
Speaking of JJ, Justin Jefferson will be mic'd up on the sideline for some of the third quarter when my man emerges from the locker room. It would be like Justin Jefferson to stay in the locker room to spend some time with Rondale Moore, who had a left leg injury earlier or middle of the first half, and he had to be carted off. That would be like Justin to be consoling him and chatting with him because it was a bad deal.
Yeah, it's one thing to be injured, but it's another thing to fight back from an injury and then have something happen like that right away. That's tough.
Boom. Second half is in the air. There's the kick. Rookie Woody Marks will return it across the 25 and get to about the 27-yard line. 13-7 Minnesota into the second half. Once again, J.J. McCarthy, 4 of 7, 30 yards. He ran for a first down on fourth down, as the head coach just told us. That was an 8-yard scamper. Sam Howell, 11 of 13, 105 yards. And he went to sneaking for a touchdown. Overall, Sam ran 4 times. Just a couple of yards, but he had to run 4 times. And here come the Houston Texans. Keaton Slovis still at quarterback. 1st and 10. Woody Marks, the USC rookie. He gets the call, and down to the turf he goes. It's a loss of 1. On the tackle is Brian Asamoah.
Well, Pete was talking about him in the first half, and he didn't have a really good camp. He comes out on a blitz right down the A-gap. It was perfectly timed. Great execution, good open field tackle in the backfield. But, Pete, your guy Kobe King, the rookie out of Penn State, I mean, he's a first and second down thumper as well, and that's another reason why Asamoah's got to have a good camp.
Yeah, he does, because I think Kobe King's going to put some pressure on him, being so much like Ivan Pace.
Slovis, quick hitter right, John Mechie III, third year from Alabama. That's a gain of 5 yards for the Houston Texans. Mechie, second-round pick in 2022, has played 33 regular season games. He has 1 touchdown. Kind of caught fire in the postseason a couple of years ago. 6 catches, 63 yards. Woody Marks, the 4th-round rookie from USC, to the right of Slovis, who works out of the shotgun. The Texans are 3 of 5 on 3rd down. Slovis takes the snap, gets a 5-man rush, pass left. Berrios catches it at the 35, and the veteran is able to fall ahead to the 41. 11-yard gain for a first down. Berrios is a nice receiver, but he's not Justin Jefferson, who joins us now on the sideline. Justin, Paul Allen, Ben Lieber, Pete Bursage, what's going on, number 18?
What's good, dog? What's good?
Well, you tell me. I mean, last year when you joined for the Raiders game, everything went for a touchdown and like people getting loose.
That's what I'm planning on to do today. Hopefully we get the same type of vibe today.
Let's see if we get a sack or a tackle for loss. Woody Marks, tackle for loss. That's what you do.
There we go.
I mean, you jump on the mic, it's a tackle for loss. So now it's going to be 2nd and 11. Let me get the business out of the way. How's the hamstring? How you doing?
It's coming along. Just every single day, just working on it, working on the strength, working on the mobility. We have phenomenal guys in this training room and guys to get me back on that field. So I'm feeling pretty good right now. Just inching my way every single day.
All right, let's take care of the other part of the business. One JJ to the other JJ. What do you think of JJ McCarthy in that first series?
He's looked comfortable out there. He's going through the motions. I feel like he's making the proper reads. He's not forcing anything. He's just letting the game come to it, which we enjoy. We love to see from him, especially the mobile part. Him getting out that pocket on that 4th down to get the first down.
Justin, you've been able to see a lot of practices from the coach's perspective. Are we looking at it maybe a coaching career when you're finally all done playing?
Yeah, I mean,
it doesn't pay as well, trust me.
It's not paying the same as what I'm doing right here on this football field, but anything to be on that football field, to be around different guys, to coach them up and to, get them to their fullest potential, I'm all for it.
Slovis throws left, caught first down, Barrios on Blackman. Yeah, I mean, you be all for it. Put the money to the side, Justin. I mean, I think what really would hit you, I think it kind of hit Terrence Newman X amount of years ago when he thought about coaching for a second. So let me get this straight. I got to get here at 5:15 in the morning, and I don't get to leave until 11:30 at night, 6 days a week. Hey, sign me up. I mean, the hours these coaches put in, it's unbelievable, isn't it?
No, it's honestly crazy. I mean, sometimes I feel bad for them. They're in there late at night, not being able to go, to their homes and to be with their families, and it's tough. But the objective is to get this Super Bowl, and it'll all pay off one day. It'll all pay off.
Whoa! I thought that was going to be an interception myself.
How can that be a penalty?
I don't know. Flag came in.
That's a bad call.
Tommy Thomas thought he had a pick, and he was about ready to go 75.
But Justin could tell you, Tommy Thomas has every right to the football.
Defense, number 37.
No, that's a terrible call. Terrible call. He has every right to the football as the wide receiver. So, anyway, go ahead, Ben.
Well, I was going to say, we'll take a look at this replay here. I think you're 100% correct there, Pete. Not only do we get more pressure by Gabe Murphy, get another quarterback hit, but he's got every right to that foot. He actually undercut it and almost had the interception. But, JJ, I was going to say this about the coaching thing. The other thing that you don't want to know is how the coaches talk about the players when the players leave the building. Let's just leave it at that. You don't really want to know.
Hopefully they don't say too many bad things about me, man. Hopefully I get a good page. I got a good resume. So hopefully they don't strike me up too much.
Talk about Keenan McCardell in that matter as your position coach. How important has he been to your development?
A big, huge blessing, man. To have somebody in the room that played the game for 17 years. He knows how you're feeling, how your body is feeling, how you're feeling mentally, and he's out there and he has that credit. He's credible. So to listen to what he has to say, release point during the route, to get open at the top of the route. All of those things help us tremendously. And that was one of my big things that I wanted to bring back when Coach KO had joined our team. I wanted to keep our receiver coach and to keep that in our building. So he's definitely been a huge help.
You see some Justin Jefferson highlights here on the simulcast on Fox 9. I mean, there are a lot of
what y'all showing them, man? What y'all showing them?
Well, no, they're showing them from last year, but I'm never going to forget your first touchdown against Tennessee. Nobody was in the building.
No one.
Vaccaro was the safety. You put him on a bad angle, and you got him from 71, handoff up the middle. The back goes grinding for about a yard. But let me bring this up, because you watch all the training camp practices. You're working with the quarterbacks and the receivers. You're on the side because of the hammy. All right, now, in fairness, there have been some tough times for the passing game in training camp practices. The running game's been really good. But when you talk to defensive players, Byron Murphy, when you talk to some defensive players, I'm like, you have to acknowledge 18's not out there. And by the way, you guys kind of know the plays a little bit too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's definitely different, especially when I'm out there versus when I'm not out there. But we have guys in that room to have that same vibe, and to get open, to create that separation, and just like you said, having that coaching hat and that whistle on for these past 2 weeks for training camp. It's kind of been a blessing to kind of coach the guys up and to see it from the sidelines other than being out there on that field. So it's a blessing in disguise, and I'm just happy to help and to get these guys to where they need to go.
And and it's interesting you say that, Justin, third down for the Texans, because that's kind of what J.J. McCarthy told us yesterday in the production meeting. I'll get to that momentarily. Play clock down to 4. Slovis is tripping out. He runs back into the shotgun. 3 receivers right.
No. Good defense.
Come on. JJ's on the mic. Justin's on the mic.
No.
Throws it out of bounds. Mekhi Blackman with excellent coverage. But I asked him, hey, you know, what's it like in these practices without Justin? And he said, well, obviously it would be preferred to have him, but I'm grateful because I've been given the opportunity to learn how to handle adversity very early in the run. And I thought that was really mature of J.J. McCarthy.
For sure. You know, and I kind of, you know, talk to him every single day and just try to pick his brain mentally, see how his body is doing physically. And, you know, it's a tough offense. You know, we ask a lot from him. And to be a quarterback in this league and to have all of the pressure on him, I feel like he's doing a phenomenal job with it.
All right, Bear hits a field goal from 43, 13-10 Vikings. More with the great Justin Jefferson when we return to U.S. Bank Stadium on the VEN.
Welcome to the Chevy Lightning Round. Guess the clues to win. First team, you're up.
Powerful, commanding, unstoppable.
Silverado.
Adventurous, fun, techie.
Trailblazer.
Stylish, nimble.
Tracks.
Innovative, electric.
Blazer EV. Lightning Round champions. You've guessed all the right Chevy clues.
Wherever the year takes you, explore it together in the Chevy of your choice. Visit ChevyDealOnline.com.
You're listening to Vikings football.
Metro Transit and the Minnesota Vikings make game day stress-free. Join fellow fans and take Metro Transit to the game. North Star will service all games with Metro blue and green lines and multiple bus routes to carry you the final yard, straight to the gates of U.S. Bank Stadium. No need to worry about parking or downtown traffic. Make your round trip easy with the all-day pass. No standing in line for a ticket after the game. Find your game plan at metrotransit.org/Vikings.
With its smart, sustainable water solutions, Pentair helps the world move, improve, and enjoy water, life's most essential resource. From great tasting water for homes and businesses, to energy-efficient pumping solutions and everywhere in between, Pentair is focused on driving innovation that helps people and the planet thrive. Visit Pentair.com to learn how. Pentair, the official sustainable water partner of the Minnesota Vikings.
Hey Vikings fans, Ben Lieber here. Looking for a healthy place for the entire family? Well, Lifetime, the official athletic country club of the Minnesota Vikings, champions healthy, happy lives for every member of the family. My wife really enjoys the Pilates classes, and I like a good interval workout on the treadmill. With over 25 clubs in the Twin Cities area that feature 100 classes a week, spacious workout floors, a relaxing spa, healthy cafe, and so much more, families truly can do it all at Lifetime. Get your family going today at lifetime.life to find a location near you.
Welcome back to Vikings football on The Fan.
13-10 Minnesota. Justin Jefferson mic'd up talking to Kevin O'Connell. Ooh, let's hear what they're talking about.
Man, carry with Justin the boys.
Hey, Justin.
Yeah.
Since you got the head coach next to you, Wes Phillips is calling the plays right now. Ask him if you can call a play.
They're asking if I can call a play.
Yep.
You got to tell him Wes is calling it. So. Oh, he doesn't have any control, guys. he doesn't have any control.
He has all the control.
Tell him you called this first play because it hits.
Well, that didn't hit.
Apparently, I called the first play, guys.
All right. Hey, Justin, we have a quick trip trivia, and it involves you. Here it is.
Oh, Lord.
How many of Justin Jefferson's seasons are in the top 7 in Vikings history for receiving yards? What do you think?
Jeez. Well, got overruled. That's crazy.
That's great.
That's crazy, dog. That's crazy. Hey, eventually, can I call one play?
Oh, now we put O'Connell on a problem.
That's crazy.
Great.
Okay.
It's got to be every
all right,
one,
say
man.
The trivia again. I'm sorry.
Your seasons, 2020 through last year. How many have been in the top 7? Ooh, Xavier Scott.
Nice.
Look at him go. Left side, 25-30. Shook a tackle. Dude, Xavier Scott, big and strong. Well done. How many of your seasons in your career have been top 7 for Vikings receiving yards?
Okay, there is, I want to say.
Hit it.
I'm going to say 4.
Oh, you nailed it.
Got it.
Yes, 2022, 1771, 2024, 1533, 2021, 1509, 1400 before that. Well done.
Yeah.
By the way, Brett Rippon's in at quarterback. Rippon.
Come on, Rip.
Protected. Nice.
Come on, Rip.
He's going to run. He's going to run for a few yards. Brett Rippon's uncle, by the way, is Mark Rippon, who was the Super Bowl 26 MVP as quarterback for the then Washington Redskins. And so they go McCarthy, Sam Howell into Rippon. And, the offensive line in there now, you got some 2s and 3s, Justin. But when it's Darisaw over to O'Neal with Jackson, Kelly, and Fries, what do you think of that?
Oh, man, it's unreal, man. Just to see the big guys up front, to see them move people and to give JJ a clear pocket, that's definitely something that, we wanted to make an emphasis this offseason and to give, JJ a little bit more time back there. So seeing them at practice, seeing the amount of work that they've been putting in that practice, and also, they're going up against a top defensive line, in this league. So to face that every single day and to get better, it's going to be tremendous for us.
Hey, JJ, I want to preface this that I'm not saying that I want to see fights or violence, but JJ McCarthy was talking about how his hockey instinct sort of took over the other day in practice when there was a little scuffle with Aaron Jones and all this stuff, and he's like, I just have the hockey player mentality.
Go get it! Go get it! Come on, JJ!
Rippon, deep right, Jay-Sean. Yeah, that was Jay-Sean, and they couldn't bring it in. Incomplete.
Okay. You want to talk to the people?
Who you got?
Something to your people?
I was going to say what's up.
Oh, Jonathan Bernard.
I said,
they made this for me. See, they think y'all giving me special treatment now, guys.
No, anybody,
no. Yeah, we put bling in the earpiece for you. That's why. I mean, does everybody know it was yours?
bust down wire.
Brilliant.
Listen, that's a different strategy. That's what a different strategy. Bust down wire on?
Nah, man. I ain't got no bust down wire on, man. I'm talking to the people on TV.
Hey, we have
to the people on TV, man.
We have a punter. Ryan Wright.
I see that. I ain't never
Barrios.
I ain't never seen them.
More with Justin Jefferson and every teammate on the sideline when we return to U.S. Bank Stadium. Vikings by 3, third quarter. It's Vikings football.
Chill.
What's the difference between banks and a credit union like Wings? One word: ownership. Banks are owned by shareholders, so profits go to shareholders. At Wings, you own it, literally. So profits are reinvested in your financial experience in the form of member-exclusive rates, robust digital services, and locations throughout Minnesota. No one likes switching, but it's time to stop missing out on the benefits of financial ownership. Visit wingcu.com/own-it. Insured by NCUA. Membership required.
As a leader in innovative ingredient solutions, Sam Nutrition offers a unique personal touch that only a family-owned business can provide. As your trusted partner in animal nutrition, we source the highest quality ingredients, ensuring you achieve optimal results. Discover how our family values drive us to connect industries and unlock peak performance across your entire operation with Sam Nutrition. Learn more by visiting samnutrition.com. Sam Nutrition, high performance, reasonable price. A proud partner of the Minnesota Vikings.
She's Jan, the ultimate Vikings fan.
Okay, everybody, welcome to the Vikings Jan Show fan show. My special guest today is my cousin, Kirk. So, Cousin Kirk, who you got for the Vikings game this week?
The Vikings, Jan.
Me too. So, that's our show. We'd like to thank our sponsor, the Minnesota Lottery, who reminds you this could be your year. Play the new
Vikings
Scratch Game for a shot at $100,000, game tickets, and more. Minnesota Lottery. I'm in. Must be 18 or older to play.
Huddle up, Vikings Nation. Don't let that Skol chant fade. Let it echo through the hallways, the bars, the stadium, and the city. Because when the Vikings score 2 or more touchdowns, you'll get a free Big Mac with a purchase of $2 or more. Only in the McDonald's app. Offer valid once per person the day after the Vikings score 2+ touchdowns through 2/28/26 at participating McDonald's. Excludes tax. Must opt into rewards.
Hey, it's time to be the 10 of Fitzgerald set sail all week, and we'll be breaking down Vikings-Texans preseason game, noon 3 on the Fan.
Justin Jefferson is mic'd up on the sideline. Ben, you were asking him a question?
Yeah, I'm asking him a silly question. No, this is stupid. So, like I was saying earlier, McCarthy was in a scrap at practice, and he's like, my hockey instincts took over. He's like a moth to the flame. Now, if this actually happened in a regular season game, would you just want to see him scrap with somebody? Or would you run in there and pull him away and say, no, quarterback, you're too valuable?
Hey, I'm definitely on the too valuable part, but I do like a little scrappiness. I do like that fire in their eyes. I love that. I always have a story from when Joe Burrow, that year before we went to the national championship. We had a good practice against our defense that year, and we had a scuffle, and he was the main one in that scuffle. So, hey, I like it. I'm not shy from it at all. But we do have to protect him. We have to make sure that he's in that huddle every single play, not all here on the sideline.
In a quarterback for Houston, Florida rookie, 6th-rounder Graham Mertz, 13-10 Minnesota, 6.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Mertz throws left, and it's caught. It's a first down for the Houston Texans. Back to it's not the wisest thing in the world if you're going to scrap throwing punches at people with helmets. You know what I mean?
Not at all. And then on top of that, we got a new fight rule at practice. So if we fight, we get kicked out of practice. And we definitely don't want our starting quarterback out at practice.
Hey, with that trivia question, which you nailed, by the way, well done. The other three were Hall of Famer Randy Moss. And, he's HOF, man, and I know you love Randy. And when you're growing up playing high school football in Louisiana, then at Louisiana State University, I'm not going to say you modeled your game after Randy, but he meant a lot to you, didn't he?
Oh, for sure. Randy is that guy. I definitely grew up watching Randy, been a fan of Randy, love the explosive plays, he got bossed. I love all of those stuff, and I was a huge fan of that. And that definitely was, somebody that I watched film on tremendously. So I'm definitely grateful to, be drafted to Minnesota, to where, I have Chris Carter on the other hand that comes into the building, that, talks to us and come watch practice sometimes. So it's a blessing for sure.
Pass left, and Mechie, the third, caught it at the 38 for a gain of 4. Pete?
Now, Justin, it's more of a favor than a question, but could you, because we have a camera that's following you.
What, are you going to ask him for some money?
No, I want him to pick out who's got, other than himself, the best bling on the sideline. Who looks the best right now? Because you got some guys without the pads on and everything else, time to change, wardrobe change. Who's looking good down there?
Honestly, nobody got the best the best jury on like I got. You know what I'm saying? This the top tier right here. This is the best you're gonna get. But let me see. Hold on.
Oh, we got a virtual measurement. Hold on.
Wait a minute. Let me see. Hold on.
We got the virtual measurement.
Yeah. This right here. This is the guy right here. He got the jury on.
Who is it?
You know what I'm saying? He been. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, look at Jordan Addison.
Jets, you know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? He got the baguettes on.
This virtual measurement is new, and it's going to take place in the regular season, by the way. So this is not just a preseason experiment. They tested it for a couple of years. 6 cameras are in every stadium.
Oh, wow.
The ball is spotted, and then the cameras do something called triangulate, and they triangulate the ball, and then the measurement is revealed. So the chain.
So there's no more chains.
Well, no, the chains are on the sideline, but they're not going to come out. And it takes about 20 to 30 seconds for them to figure this thing out.
Technology, man.
So we see the virtual. There it is. Look up at the screen, Justin. We got it on TV.
Oh, wow.
Missed it by 10 inches.
That is actually crazy.
Well, it's fantastic and it's technologically sound, but it's all fun and games until the spot's wrong.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. And hopefully during the regular season it will speed it up a little bit. That took quite a bit of time.
Yeah, I agree.
Virtual measurement. All right, straight eye behind Graham Mertz, rookie from Florida. Played 16 for the Gators, 34 for the Wisconsin Badgers. Handoff up the middle, and it goes for a first down for the Houston Texans.
Well, Justin, you go over, you talked about Jordan, you showed Jordan Addison looking good. How has he been this training camp? Obviously, you've been around him a long time. He's without you in there every single down. He's the number one. How's he progressing? What kind of camp has he had?
Yes, he has. He's been having a great camp, honestly, and just to be on the sideline, to coach him up. To watch his releases, to watch his routes, to watch his footwork. It's all something that's I'm blessed to kind of teach him through. And he's been a sponge. He's been trying to grasp all of the information that I'm giving him. He's trying to learn. He's trying to get better. But I'm never the one that's watching him. I'm always the one in the game at the same time as him. So to have this opportunity to coach him up and to get him where he needs to be, and then he missed the first three. He's going to miss the first 3 games. So that's definitely going to be tough, without him.
I mean, Jordan had 20 touchdowns his first 2 seasons. One of them was rushing. And tough break for him those first 3 games, no doubt. But we're going to have you back by that time, man. So that's going to be good.
It's going to be good for sure. And it's also a learning lesson for him. Him being young, him not, really understanding how to, move around a little bit sometimes. So just trying to give him all the information that he can so he can move better and this won't happen again.
Jawar Jordan with the carry for the Texans. Justin, to the other side of the ball, from what you've seen or what you know, Isaiah Rodgers, who won a Super Bowl with the Eagles last year, the cornerback. What are you thinking about him? I know he's fast.
Oh, he's fast. That's definitely one of his traits that he has. But I've kind of been picking his brain a little bit, just kind of asking him the different coverages, asking him how he likes, our defense versus the Philly defense, and how is it different? How is it better? So there we go. Good play. So it's been a learning stage for him, but I'm excited to see what he have, especially with the group of guys that we have on our defense.
Well, Jets, what have you seen just from a difference in that defensive back room from last year to this year? So many new faces, but it sounds like a new attitude as well.
Hey, it's crazy in there. I ain't gonna lie. They have so much talent, so many different guys all around the field that can play so many different positions. It's been tough in training camp. I'm not gonna lie. I've been watching from afar, and it's been tough. It's been tough, but it's gonna help us a lot during the season because we're not going to see the same type of coverages that we're seeing with our defense.
Line drive.
Come on,
Silas Bolden.
Come on, Silas.
Silas wrangled by the Texans at the 17. More with the best. Justin Jefferson from the sideline when we return to US Bank Stadium on the Vikings Entertainment Network.
This is how your feet feel in a pair of bad-fitting shoes. And this is how your feet feel in a pair of great-fitting shoes from Trade Home Shoes. Trade Home Shoes, proud partner of the Minnesota Vikings, has been delivering premium footwear for over 100 years. We are Minnesota-based, employee-owned, and here to help your whole family find shoes that fit. Trade Home Shoes. Enjoy life. Feet first.
No matter who you are or what you do, there's a Ford vehicle that can help you own the day. Make life on the go feel like a breeze in the new Ford Explorer. Make tough tasks look easy with the powerful performance of a new built Ford Tough F-Series truck, the best-selling trucks in America for 48 years. Or take your adventures in the great outdoors to a whole new level with our built wild family of Ford Broncos. Whether it's for work or play, there's a Ford with a great deal waiting for you at your local Northland Ford dealers. Don't wait, get behind the wheel of a new Ford today. Based on calendar year total sales.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. Smart beds start at $9.99. Prices higher in Alaska and Hawaii. All Sleep Number smart beds offer temperature solutions for your best sleep. Check it out at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com today. Official sleep and wellness partner of the Minnesota Vikings.
NFL fans, when it's time to get Vikings tickets, you can tackle game day with total certainty with Ticketmaster. With 100% verified tickets available all season long, you can count on getting in with ease and spend time focusing on the good stuff. Even if you're headed to the game last minute, you can still score seats. Want to meet up inside the stadium with your crew? Transferring your tickets is an easy handoff. So, Get those touchdown celebrations ready and score your tickets today at Ticketmaster.com/Vikings.
This is FM 100.3, KFXN Minneapolis, St. Paul. The Fan.
Welcome back to U.S. Bank Stadium and the Vikings Entertainment Network. Take a peek at some of these stats through the first half.
What we looking like, man? What we
and
looking
about
like?
The first 12 minutes of the third quarter. Well, we got 141 passing yards, 72 on the ground, 4 of 8 on third down, and we've held the ball about 3 more minutes than them. I mean, that sounds good enough to eat.
Oh, for sure. 50% on third down. We'll take it. We got to get a little better, but we'll take it.
Xavier
Go Ryan!
Wow. Xavier Scott is big and thick in the upper body, you know, and he's in his first full year from Maine, which isn't exactly a bastion of, like, big-time football.
And he was a receiver.
Oh, right. I mean, he has good wiggle to him, doesn't he?
Oh, for sure. You can definitely tell he was a receiver before, but him putting on this muscle, him putting on a little bit of weight, and he has that speed. So I think it was a great switch for him, and this is a big opportunity for him right here.
All right, Xavier Scott, 6 runs, 41 yards. Brett Rippon is that quarterback. And it's 2nd and 5 from the 25, deep in the third quarter. Scott tries to get the edge, couldn't get it. So it's going to be no gain, third down. Hey, weird subject here, but, you know, simply because we felt bad for him. Did you get a chance to, like, fist bump Rondale Moore or say God bless or whatever?
Of course. I definitely was right there. When they carted him off, talked to him a little bit in the locker room. And moments like this is, you know, difficult. Of course, you know, him being in my room, you know, training with him, talking with him, coaching him. And, you know, it's definitely, it sucks to see anyone come out here and get hurt, especially on their first opportunity of the season. So that's definitely going to be a tough loss for us. But, you know, we're going to be praying for him. We're going to be having his back the whole entire way for him to get right back on his feet.
And Justin, we were just talking about Xavier Scott, but there's been another addition to that running back room in Jordan Mason.
Yes.
And, you know, he stands there. He looks every bit as big as C.J. Ham. He's a big man, and it's got to be exciting to know maybe that play-action game is going to be able to take off a little bit more because of a guy like Jordan Mason.
Hey, he's a freak. His body type, his ability to stay up and have that balance is kind of crazy. But, you know, to see the type of season that he had last year, with San Francisco, yeah, come on, J2. Good hit.
All right, that was a punt. 47 seconds to go in the third quarter. When we return, we'll say goodbye to the best, Justin Jefferson. This is Minnesota Vikings football.
Change is always happening. But no matter what changes in 5 years, there's one thing that will stay the same. The price of your internet. With the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee, you get 5 years of the most reliable Wi-Fi with our best equipment included for a price that stays exactly the same. Restrictions apply. New residential customers only. Taxes and fees extra and subject to change. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA. Fixed Broadband Experience Report, August 2024.
Vikings fans, FanDuel Sports Network is your home for exclusive coverage of your favorite local teams. And there are more ways to watch this season. Subscribe directly to FanDuel Sports Network to stream your hometown teams. Or watch through a TV provider. Visit FanDuelSportsNetwork.com for details.
Oh, hey.
Hey, thanks for meeting me here. It's just, you're my only lawyer friend, and I need your professional opinion. Do you see that brand new Hyundai Tucson out there? That's all I paid for it.
Let me get back to you on that. Deal's so right, it almost feels wrong. At the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Get 0% APR for 60 months, plus 0 payments for 90 days on all Hyundai Palisade, Santa Fe, and Santa Fe hybrid models. And check out our other great deals at your Hyundai dealer today. Offer ends September 2nd. Call 562-314-4603 for details.
Minnesota deserves a go-to destination for all things high school sports in our state. All the scores, the stories, the stats, live streams, social feeds, photos, personal personalized team pages, breaking news. One place for everything you're looking for. That's why the Minnesota Star Tribune is launching Strip Varsity. You'll find Minnesota Star Tribune journalism, Minnesota Prep Hub stats and schedules, streams, stories, and more. Strip Varsity is Minnesota's new home for complete high school sports coverage. Sign up today at startribune.com/stripvarsity.
Meat sauce here. Vikings preseason football is in the air. Power Trip returns Monday on The Fan.
Texans on the Vikings Entertainment Network. Justin Jefferson to finish the third quarter. Hey, Justin, turn around, look at the TV booth. Sam Newton decided he didn't want you to be the only one in the building wearing those Oakleys. So he brought me some in. These are the exact glasses that Justin Jefferson is wearing. But these Oakleys are nice. I might call the game in them, man.
Hey, whatever Oakleys you need, man, just let me know and you'll have a fresh new box waiting for you.
Yeah, something tells me they don't look as good on me as they do you.
No, we can confirm that, PA.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, way better on Jets than you, PA.
Okay, you guys can talk more to Justin. I'll back out.
Hey, JJ, I do want to ask you, my kids were at practice the other day, and they want to know, are those like custom capris, or did you cut those off yourself?
Hey, I cut them myself, man. I cut them myself. You know, I got to have my own style. I got to have my own flavor, so they don't really come out with these naturally, so I got to make my own, you know?
You're creating a trend.
The kids want a pair of capris now, huh?
Well, yeah, I mean, I know you didn't invent the gritty, but when you brought it into the NFL in 2020, talk about starting a trend. I mean,
that's a trend for sure.
You even got Mike Gesicki down in Miami a few years ago doing it, you know?
Got Randy to do it, you know what I'm saying? So, hey, man, the game has brought so much to me, and to have, that dance to come, my first touchdown here in this stadium, to have the whole world doing that dance, to know about that dance, it's honestly unreal. And to go on my 6th year, and the dance is still popular. So it's a blessing, man.
My man, God bless you. You're fantastic. Can't wait for you to come back. Thanks a lot for helping us, man.
Appreciate you, Paul.
Love you, bud. See you, Justin.
Thank you.
Man, that's a genuine article right there. Justin Jefferson into the fourth quarter, 13-10 Minnesota on the Vikings Entertainment Network.
She's Jen, the ultimate Vikings fan.
Okay, everybody, welcome to the Vikings Jan Show Fan Show. My special guest today is Jared Allen. So, Jared, who you got for the Vikings game this week?
Minnesota Vikings.
Me too. So, that's our show. We'd like to thank our sponsor, the Minnesota Lottery, who reminds you this could be your year. Play the new
Vikings
Scratch Game for a shot at $100,000, game tickets, and more. Minnesota Lottery. I'm in. Must be 18 or older to play.
Ready, set!
TCO, for when the Minnesota Vikings need the best sports medicine available.
Ready, set!
TCO, for partnering with more schools and communities.
Ready, set!
TCO, for more urgent care locations ready to go. Twin Cities Orthopedics. Ready, set, TCO. Learn more at tcomn.com.
No matter who you are or what you do, there's a Ford vehicle that can help you own the day. Make life on the go feel like a breeze in the new Ford Explorer. Make tough tasks look easy with the powerful performance of a new built Ford Tough F-Series truck, the best-selling trucks in America for 48 years. Or take your adventures in the great outdoors to a whole new level with our built wild family of Ford Broncos. Whether it's for work or play, there's a Ford with a great deal waiting for you at your local Northland Ford dealers. Don't wait, get behind the wheel of a new Ford today, based on calendar year total sales.
With its smart, sustainable water solutions, Pentair helps the world move, improve, and enjoy water, life's most essential resource. From great tasting water for homes and businesses, to energy-efficient pumping solutions and everywhere in between, Pentair is focused on driving innovation that helps people and the planet thrive. Visit Pentair.com to learn how. Pentair, the official sustainable water partner of the Minnesota Vikings.
After the game, check out Vikings Fan Line with me, Nordo, and Ron Johnson right here on The Fan.
Welcome back to the Vikings Entertainment Network. Justin Jefferson amplifying and stealing the show in the third quarter. He gets back the microphone and stuff like that, which is unfortunate because it would have been kind of cool if he had forgotten it. and like we could hear him, like he's just in our headsets or when he gets in his car, whatever he does tonight. And I think that'd be a lot of fun. 13-10 Minnesota into the fourth quarter. Mertz, rookie, fade, left. Incomplete at the 42-yard line. That indeed was an excellent play by Reddy Stewart. First full year from Troy. Reddy Stewart, fourth down.
And it's for a cornerback, yeah, you got to have the speed and the hips and all that. But you also have to have the ball skills. And DBs are normally, wide receivers in high school that can't catch. And then you get moved to the defensive back, but great job just looking back, breaking that thing up. So that's the kind of play, like Reddy Stewart for right there. That's a good play for him to cement some position on this team going forward.
Tommy Townsend, the Orlando native, with the flowing locks down to his shoulders, punts it. And it takes an elite Vikings bounce from the 10 to like the 22. And we pause. Minnesota leads 13-10. We'll return shortly to U.S. Bank Stadium. First preseason game. This is Minnesota Vikings football.
As a leader in innovative ingredient solutions, Sam Nutrition offers a unique personal touch that only a family-owned business can provide. As your trusted partner in animal nutrition, we source the highest quality ingredients, ensuring you achieve optimal results. Discover how our family values drive us to connect industries and unlock peak performance across your entire operation with Sam Nutrition. Learn more by visiting samnutrition.com. Sam Nutrition, high performance, reasonable price, a proud partner of the Minnesota Vikings.
Our friends at TimberTech have a checklist at the website for those of you desiring a deck. Go to timbertech.com, get started there. And after you go through the checklist of what to do with the decking and to find a contractor and everything, get yourself some samples. You'll love them. They'll send them to you for free, timbertech.com. And finally, when you work with those contractors, you will recognize TimberTech works with only the best. So if you need a deck with deck durability, start at timbertech.com.
When it comes to managing your blood pressure, you play to win. You've made changes to your diet. You stay active. You followed your doctor's game plan to the letter. But when it comes to your health, you can't always tackle it alone. Go beyond typical treatments with the Simplicity Blood Pressure Procedure. Brought to you by Medtronic, official sponsors of the Vikings. Talk to your doctor. Results may vary. Adverse events include but are not limited to temporary pain and bruising. Read important risk information at beyondhbp.com.
Vikings faithful, listen up. Your game day checklist is more than wearing purple and gold. It's about victory from the first play to the final whistle. During tense, close calls, Dove shampoo, body wash, and deodorant keep you fresh and dry from head to toe. And what's a true Vikings tailgate without the secret weapon to sliders and sides, Hellman's Real Mayo. Then when post-game dishes pile up like a defensive line, 7th generation detergent is the powerhouse that blitzes through the grease and grime. Stock up on Dove, Hellman's, and 7th generation. And Skol Vikings.
Vikings preseason football on iHeartRadio and KFAN.
A big-timer on defense coming up soon with Tatum Everett, so don't leave. And the Vikings are hosting the Patriots for joint practices Wednesday and Thursday at Twin Cities Orthopedics Performance Center. Don't miss your chance to see the teams up close before they compete next Saturday at noon. It's fun for the whole family, like kids' games, live animals, and much more. It's the final days of 2025 Vikings training camp presented by Omni Viking Lakes. Visit Vikings.com/tickets to learn more and purchase tickets. Welcome back. Brett Rippon is sacked. That's what Jonathan Grenard does. All he does is sack the quarterback, and Tatum managed to run him down. Tatum?
Yeah, Pete, it's funny that you mentioned all he does is sack the quarterback, because we were just talking about how I interviewed his wife, and she got all the questions correct except who your first sack was against. Cam Newton.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that was like Atlanta legend. So like to get a sack like that was like the perfect way to enter the league. So great for a Georgia boy for sure.
All right, well, more is required is on every shirt that is around the building right now this offseason. It's something that you had introduced to the team because of what happened last season. How has that more is required mantra lived up to you guys in training camp?
I think it's infectious everywhere. I think from top to bottom, and from special teams to offense to defense, we just want to build off of everything we did last year. I think, you look at a lot of those things like that, we did very well, but at times we need to do more. And I feel like that's just the whole offseason thing that I kind of took on me as soon as the season ended last year. So it fueled me in workouts. It fueled me to just take care of my body when I'm doing like little stretches. So in practice and stuff like that, now we're just balling and literally pushing it to that next level of getting a little bit more out of it, out of every single rep and out of every person. It's going to be very, very good for us, for sure.
Yeah, it feels like this defense is flying around this training camp. How have you seen that translate to the preseason game today?
Yeah, man, these dudes are flying. I mean, if you look at it right now, I mean, if the guy's not down on the ground, our guys are literally flying in, trying to just make sure that they secure the tackle, trying to create a big play or something like that, because this is what we're used to in practice. I mean, I tell guys to always visualizing these plays you're going to make in game the same way you do in practice. So just a simple thing of just keeping the same things basic and watching these boys fly around, make plays.
All right, well, can't wait to see you moving around, flying around, making plays real soon.
Very, 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 very soon. So can't wait.
All right, thanks, Jonathan. We'll send it up back to you in the booth.
Thank you, Tatum. Oscar Chapman, the Aussie. Oh, it's a fumble, and the Texans fell on the muff.
Hard to catch the banana ball, Paul.
The banana ball and Oscar Chapman special. All right, let's pause. 13-10 Minnesota, 13:44 to go in the first preseason game. And you're watching and listening courtesy of the Vikings Entertainment Network.
That is the sound of bacon sizzling, of fresh vegetables being chopped for a made-to-order omelet, and the grill being fired up for one of the juiciest burgers around. Hungry yet? Hy-Vee Market Grill is better than ever, with mouth-watering new menu items for breakfast and lunch. Whether you dine in, get it to go, or have it delivered, the best breakfast and lunch is at Hy-Vee Market Grill. Open daily 6 a.m. to 2 p.m.
You're listening to Vikings football.
Oh, hey.
Hey, thanks for meeting me here. It's just, you're my only lawyer friend, and I need your professional opinion. Do you see that brand new Hyundai Tucson out there? That's all I paid for it.
Let me get back to you on that. Deal's so right, it almost feels wrong at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Get 0% APR for 60 months, plus 0 payments for 90 days on all Hyundai Palisade, Santa Fe, and Santa Fe hybrid models. And check out our other great deals at your Hyundai dealer today. Offer ends September 2nd. Call 562-314-4603 for details.
At Anderson, we understand the challenges of builders and contractors better than most. Here's proof from real pros.
The best service department is the one you don't need, right? But when you do, I know they're going to be there.
The 400 series has earned my trust to the point where we have put it in our own home.
When somebody says Anderson, everybody responds quality.
Helping builders and contractors craft their legacy. Anderson, the #1 trusted window and door brand. Claims based on 2022 Anderson brand surveys of U.S. contractors and builders.
Metro Transit and the Minnesota Vikings make game day stress-free. Join fellow fans and take Metro Transit to the game. North Star will service all games with Metro Blue and Green lines and multiple bus routes to carry you the final yard, straight to the gates of U.S. Bank Stadium. No need to worry about parking or downtown traffic. Make your round trip easy with the all-day pass. No standing in line for a ticket after the game. Find your game plan at metrotransit.org/Vikings.
This is Vikings preseason football on The Fan.
Animated, happy crowd at U.S. Bank Stadium. Come on, guys, you got to put your shirts on. What do you think this is, the playground? It actually kind of is, especially when Justin Jefferson joins us for the third quarter because he has fun and games like nobody else. Excellent work by Tatum Everett on the sideline with Jonathan Grenard. And Jonathan Grenard, he and Van Ginkel, as good an edge rushing duo as you're going to see in the NFL. But I didn't really know until he got here. Like, I knew who he was from Houston, Blake Cashman, stuff like that. I had no idea how good. Ooh, look at Graham go on the boot left. Oh, interception! Yes, I knew he was in trouble. I knew he got himself in some trouble rolling out the wrong way. Ambry Thomas, 5th year from Michigan, with the interception. Ambry Thomas.
So the Vikings have turned over the Texans. Back to Bernard. Guys, I had no idea how good his run defense was. Yeah, I think that's probably the most underappreciated part of his game. He's probably the most consistent pass rusher that we have, Ben. Meaning that he could probably go into any scheme, 4-man front, 5-2 doesn't matter. He's going to get to the quarterback. But I'll tell you what, that guy has a feel for holding the edge and playing the run that very few guys have.
Well, and I think part of it too was, it seemed like a little bit of a one-for-one swap. We got rid of Danielle Hunter. He goes to Houston. We get Bernard. And so it's like we knew that Danielle was elite against stopping the run. We're like, how much better did we get? I think there was some realistic question marks about how he was going to produce versus what we saw in Danielle, and he has by far exceeded everything that we thought, everything that we knew. He's been fantastic. He's a tremendous leader. He's athletic. He can get after the quarterback. He can stop the run. Like, he really can do it all, and I'm so glad he's on this football team.
Well, boys, look who's in the game on Fox 9. Hear who's in the game on the KFAN Minnesota Vikings Audio Network. That's Max Brosmer. Undrafted rookie from the University of Minnesota, spent 5 years at New Hampshire, won for the Gophers. He had 268 completions last year. That is a single-season record for Ski-U-Mah football. Ooh, look at that fastball left, flag on the play. Max Brosmer.
Yeah, Paul, you mentioned the fastball, and when we sat down, we had the ability to sit down with Kwesi Adolfo-Mensah. He had a lot of really nice things to say about Max Brosmer, mainly
offense number 72, 10-yard penalty, still second down.
Mainly what you just alluded to, the quick release and the accuracy. And I think having those two talents, Ben, are going to keep you in the mix. Maybe not start right away, but in the mix as an NFL quarterback for a long time.
Yeah, and they said, maybe he doesn't have the strongest arm compared to J.J. McCarthy, but his release sort of makes up for it. So by the time it actually leaves his hand, it's almost the same timing for these wide receivers, even though it's not quite a strong velocity. And you see, a nice zip pass out to the right flat, got there with perfect time and accuracy. The other part of it is KOC's he's on record as saying, like, he is very detailed. He works his butt off, and they like the fact that he can take everything that he studied in the classroom, and he's a fast and high processor as well on the field. So really, for him, it just seems like it's a matter of just on-field reps in a game-time situation.
3rd and 12, straight drop. Brosmer fires over the middle. Incomplete. It nearly was a serendipitous first down. We got a flag, by the way, where the ball bounced off the hands of one Viking, almost into the hands
personal foul
of another Viking.
Roughing the passer. Defense number 52. 15-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
All right, now that's Brad Allen. All right, and his staff called the 11th most penalties of all officiating crews in the NFL last year, but second most roughing the passer.
What's the result of the play?
So if you get close to that quarterback and come close to not doing it the right way, Allen's group is going to call it.
I think that was a definite blow to the head, right? And I think that's a point of emphasis with the linesman, was the back judge, who was back in the day behind the defensive line.
The correction was made to the enforcement of the foul. It is first down.
They've moved him from behind, and that's maybe the one call. We saw it against the Rams. It happened to us where, a couple times last year, just quarterbacks getting hit in the head and them not calling it.
13-10 Minnesota. Max Brosmer, the fourth quarterback used. Passes right, and it is incomplete. Dante Felton, undrafted from Tulane, the intended receiver. Let's take a look at Max Brosmer's vision with these eagle eyes.
Yeah, pretty simple read here. He knows exactly where he wants to go on the outside first, and then you saw his eyes go down the field, sort of to the middle and the hashes. That was the second read. That third crossing, that was the third read. So you saw how quickly and efficiently, there was no panic there. It was like 1, okay, no, 2, all right, I know I got this crosser coming in the same line of vision. Now he's just got to deliver it.
He has a swivel. That's fantastic. Brosmer back to pass. Now he's going to run. 30, 25, dives ahead to the 23-yard line. That'll be a run of about 4, making it around 3rd and 6. By the way, J.J. McCarthy started the game. He played 12 plays. So he played 1 series, led to a field goal. He went 4 of 7, 30 yards, 0 picks, 0 interceptions. He ran for a first down on 4th down, and that went for 8 yards. Justin Jefferson and J.J. McCarthy. I mean, let's get used to that combination beginning September 8th at Soldier Field, right?
Yeah, you just hope these two can have enough time together, which I'm sure they will. We're about still a month away that they can get on the same page.
Brosmer fastball caught. 10-yard line. First down. Miles Price, undrafted rookie from Indiana. That's a gain of 14. First down for the Vikings.
Yeah, it's a big down, and Brosmer staying cool in the pocket, stepping up, and he missed the crossing route a little bit earlier, Ben, but that one was right on time. And that's a true measure of an NFL quarterback. Yeah, it's between the hash marks. That's fine and all, but you still got to be able to be cold-blooded, and that was cold.
Oh yeah, he let him perfectly. You put it in a spot where only the receiver can go and get it. Like, that was a beautiful ball.
I'll tell you why I was laughing in a second. Silas Bolden in motion to the left. Brosmer booting out to the right. Hit as he throws over the head. Backup running back Trey Stewart incomplete. Fox 9 cut away to sideline reaction after that cold-blooded connection. Justin Jefferson, J.J. McCarthy, they're there clapping. Behind them, Brett Rippon and Sam Howell were kind of like, that's great. Good job, man. Right on. Hey, way to go, Max.
That's that is the tough thing, man. We've all been there. You know, you've been the one, pushing somebody, or you can feel somebody chasing you a little bit. Like it is the spirit of competition, even though you're all supposed to be teammates and friends and help each other out, but we're all trying to take other people's jobs.
Trey Stewart bulldogging up the middle. He's a rookie from Jacksonville State. He played at something called Limestone before Jacksonville State. How about this? Trey Stewart had 54 touchdowns with Limestone and Jacksonville State. Uh-oh, we got somebody down. That might be the center.
Zeke Correll.
Yeah, Zeke Correll. Undrafted rookie from North Carolina State.
Hey, you mentioned Trey Stewart. He was one of 8 running backs in the FBS with 20-plus touchdowns.
Yeah, he had 25 last year.
Third in FBS, and so
crazy.
Yeah, he's a high-volume guy, right? That matters too. So this is just right up his alley, and you get these late these preseason games, Ben. You're playing against the same guys on the other side, undrafted free agents, and you need to stand out now if you want to take that step to the next level.
All right, we pause. 10:04 to go in the game. Vikes lead 13-10 on the VEN.
No matter who you are or what you do, there's a Ford vehicle that can help you own the day. Make life on the go feel like a breeze in the new Ford Explorer. Make tough tasks look easy with the powerful performance of a new built Ford Tough F-Series truck, the best-selling trucks in America for 48 years. Or take your adventures in the great outdoors to a whole new level with our built wild family of Ford Broncos. Whether it's for work or play, there's a Ford with a great deal waiting for you at your local Northland Ford dealers. Don't wait, get behind the wheel of a new Ford today. Based on calendar year total sales.
Quick Trip and your Minnesota Vikings are teaming up to put you in the ride of your dreams. Picture this. You behind the wheel of a brand new 2025 Ford Bronco Big Bend. Nice picture. Make it happen. Stop by your local Quick Trip, and for every $1 you spend using Quick Rewards, you'll earn a point to spend in the Vikings Fan Zone. Buy special qualifying products and earn bonus Fan Zone points. Kick off your winning season the right way with Quick Trip and your Minnesota Vikings. Details at QuickTrip.com/fanzone.
For the Vikings, growth is a team effort. Coaches maximize performance. Teammates push your limits. But in business, who's there to help you grow? Lumen, that's who. Like saving live broadcasts from lag time, helping deliver the in-stadium experience for fans with millions more around the globe, and bringing all the benefits of the cloud to your network. So it's as secure as a defensive line and as legendary as the fans that cheer them on. Welcome to the on-demand network that meets your demands. Learn more at lumen.com. Services not available everywhere.
It's okay, Daddy's here. Rock-a-bye baby on the treetop. Josh Allen beat Daddy's team and really went off. When the game ends, Daddy's ranking will fall. And Jerkface Bill will win Fantasy League trophy and all.
Hon, have a Snickers.
Thanks.
And maybe take a break from the league chat.
You're distracted when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
Be ready for week 1. Make KFAN a preset on the iHeart app. Now back to Vikings football.
We want to welcome all of our friends from KTUU in Alaska, Anchorage, taking in Minnesota Vikings preseason football for the first time. On behalf of Tatum Everett, Ben Lieber, and Pete Persich, I'm Paul Allen. Anchorage, go crazy, and welcome to the mix. It's third down, third and goal for the Vikings, leading 13-10 with 10 minutes to go in preseason game 1. Max Brosmer, he of the lanky variety, stands tall in the shotgun, fires to the right, and it is caught for a Minnesota Vikings touchdown. Dante Felton with the touchdown, and Minnesota leads 19-10.
Hey, Paul, I don't mean to be, or Ben, I don't mean to be going over the top in a preseason game.
Say it.
You've got to love what Brosmer's doing. I'm not saying put him on ice
I
yet.
thought you were going to say, we've seen enough from Brosmer. Yeah. Put him on ice.
But there's nobody left. I mean, Brosmer's it. He's the last, but very impressive drive.
Ooh, that was
managing the huddle. You know, it's this NFL game is can be such a short underneath control passing type of a game that it might be just built right for Brosmer. I think he's looked very, very, very good today.
Yeah, he's looked smooth, right?
The touchdown is under further review.
Oh, no, it's not. Just give it to us.
No, it's a touchdown.
It's a touchdown. No, I would say that he's looked smooth. He's looked decisive, and even the one incomplete pass he had over the middle when we're breaking down his eyes and all the vision and stuff like that, it wasn't an inaccurate throw. Maybe a little, had some hot sauce on it a little bit, but you know, he kind of felt that clock ticking down. Like, okay, I'm in the pocket a little bit too long. Gotta get this ball out. But it was still a catchable ball. So even his misses aren't bad misses. That's a touchdown, guys.
Yeah, we can't break hearts in Anchorage. Maybe he didn't get in. We'll see. Yeah. But there are luminaries taking in this broadcast, the simulcast, all over the place. You have Star Tribune columnist Lavelli Neal III up here in the box with us. All right, and the preseason games are provided by the Minnesota Star Tribune, so that's cool. The columnist, second to none. Mike Florio, ProFootballTalk.com, with his son Alexander taking in the game in the West Virginia
After
barn.
reviewing the play, it is an incomplete pass.
Yeah. And how about this? One of the great producers in the history of music, and used to be in a band called The Time, Jimmy Jam Harris is taken in the game from Southern California. He was just at a coffee spot and sent a text commenting on how cool Justin Jefferson is. So we got luminaries, we got Anchorage, we got Sarah Thomas, we got everything all over the place.
Paul, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but is this the season's on the line type call? I mean, we got almost 10 minutes left, but
yeah,
they're trotting them back out on fourth down. So
yeah,
this is
52 in the game clock, please.
This is a big deal. I mean,
all right,
Kevin O'Connell trusts him.
Here it is.
Let's see.
Here it is. Inside the 5 is on the line. 2 receivers left and right. Brosmer is set to take the snap. The Vikings lead 13-10. He just chatted with the guy who started this whole thing, Josh McCown, in 2003. Brosmer takes the snap. He steps up, fires to the end zone. Touchdown! Vikings! The price was right on that play. It's Miles Price, and this time officially it's 19-10.
Ben, there it is again. Another throw, middle of the field, man-to-man coverage. Just putting it right where only the receiver can get it, gives a chance the receiver can use his body. So, yeah, I'm very impressed with Brosmer and how he's conducting himself on that drive. That's a big fourth down.
That's a big-time play.
It is. It's a big-time play.
Yeah, there was no panic to him at all. I mean, he waited for that was a specifically designed play to get Price open in the back part of the end zone. All he needed was the offensive line to hold up and do their part. He was patient, didn't try to rush it, just feathered that thing in there accurately. Touchdown. Give it to Price one more time.
And you look at Brosmer's catalog. I mean, we obviously got the chance to see him at the University of Minnesota. But here's a guy he spent 5 years in New Hampshire. He was the first quarterback in school history to start as a true freshman. So if you're a scout, if you're a personnel guy, what does that mean? Well, it just means that as an 18-year-old young man, or kid, if you want to call it that, the game wasn't too big for him.
No.
Because, as a quarterback, it's not just about see-ball, get-ball. You got to manage everything else going around you. And I think that's exactly what we're seeing here is him being able to in and out of the huddle, manage everything that's going on, understand, pull the ball down when there's an opportunity to scramble and make it a short third down. I mean, I'm very impressed with Roseman.
I'm not going to claim to be any sort of like quarterback savant or like know all the fundamentals and stuff, but when we talked to J.J. McCarthy and we asked him about this game and what he expects out of himself, he's just like, I just want to be consistent with my eyes and my feet. That is the one thing that KOC talks about all the time. Look at Brosmer out here. I mean, his eyes, his feet, the fundamentals, the foundation, all of that stuff seemed like it was like in lockstep. And so when you look at him just like with the eye test, he looks like he knows what he's doing.
Yeah,
he doesn't look like that.
So did J.J. McCarthy, who we're seeing now.
Yeah, J.J. did a nice job all day long. Like this is a kind of off-schedule type of a scramble to get the first down and fourth down. I mean, the awareness of things going on in front of him. I thought J.J. did everything you would expect and want out of, he's not he's technically a first-year guy, or actually second-year guy, being an IR last year, but first live football for him in almost, what is it, a year and a day or almost a year, short a day. You mentioned it earlier, Paul, but you got to like the way McCarthy's playing too.
All right, Mertz with a pass to Luke Lachey, 7th-round rookie tight end from Iowa. Luke Lachey, you may recognize the last name Lachey. His father, Jim, played 131 games in the National Football League as an offensive lineman. And Luke Lachey's brother-in-law, former Vikings offensive lineman Pat Elflein. Who knew? Let's head down to the sideline, and here's Tatum.
Look who we have here, tight end T.J. Hawkinson, and training camp days get long. They get a little redundant sometimes, but you get to put on the pads today, the uniform. How did it feel out there?
Feel great, yeah. To come to the stadium, be around our fans is awesome. It kind of breaks it up, and like I said, to be in US Bank, to be around the energy we have here, and to be around the Skull chant again is awesome. So, we're all having fun. Some of the boys are showing out, so it's exciting.
Who are some of the boys that have shown out today that have impressed you the most?
I got to go with the tight ends. Our boy Ben, he was blocking really well today. Bryson has caught a few balls, and then we got some guys on the defense that are showing out too. A couple sacks. It's just fun to come out here. Jug on the touchdown just there, so it's a lot of fun to come out here, watch these guys compete, watch them perform, and hopefully we can keep them around.
Yeah, a nice pick six there from our guy, Khalif Alisi. But there we go. Very, very nice. Well, it's funny because you mentioned the tight end room because you're talking about Ben Urasek, who's a player that Kevin O'Connell does talk a lot about. Before camp, he was asked, who is going to be the next Johnny Munt? How do you see that battle shaping out through training camp?
Yeah, it's been fun to watch Ben. He's come in every single day. He's a smart kid, and to watch him learn the game, understand the offense, it has been fun to be around. I've tried to give him some nuggets here and there, whether it's after meetings or at snack, so he's performed really well, and he's a guy I'd look forward to, playing on this team and making an impact.
All right, I need 2 words, 3 words on how you thought J.J. McCarthy did today.
He's a beast.
Love it. Nice, short and simple. Love it, TJ. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate you guys.
And it was a perfect 3 words. Well done. All right, a lot happened during that interview. Khalif Halassi picked off Graham Mertz. Vikings got the ball, and then Brosmer and the center messed up the exchange. Somebody kicked the ball to the left, and the Texans fell on it. So we definitely are in the 4th quarter of a first preseason game with 8:14 to go in the game. And by the way, more luminaries are informing me that they're taking in the simulcast most recently. It is big spot newsbreaker and ESPN guy, Adam Schefter. And when I saw Schefter inform me that he's on a cross-country flight taking in the simulcast, I open my phone, I'm like, all right, please don't be picking anybody for information on Rondale Moore. Oh, okay, cool, you're watching the game. That's sweet. Thank you. So, Shefty, what's going on?
How about Joliet's finest, Tom Thayer?
Oh, yeah.
He's listening, too. I don't know if he's already scouting the Vikings, trying to figure out, how we're going to take care of the Bears on opening night, but he's listening too, so shout out to Tom.
Jeez, I'm feeling left out. Nobody texted me and told me they were watching this game.
Well, you're used to being on the sideline, so they don't even want to text me. You're like, hey, you ain't gonna see it anyway.
Mertz. Pass over the middle, and it's caught. And it's caught by J.J. Taylor, fourth year from Arizona. All right, so it's 3rd down, 3rd and 3 for Houston from its own 36-yard line midway through the fourth quarter. Vikings lead 20-10. Next week, I believe in the 3rd quarter, a week from today, Vikings take on the Patriots at noon, Fox 9 and KFAN, and the Vikings audio network. Kevin O'Connell is going to be our featured guest for the entire quarter, like Justin Jefferson was today. Handoff Taylor up the middle, stood up on 3rd and 3. He's short of the first down. Now let's not forget how it went last year with KO. It was unbelievable. We're at Philadelphia, 3rd preseason game. We welcome him in. He's like, all right, guys, we're going to run a screen right here to Ty Chandler, and the big key is the right guard has to pick the middle linebacker.
That was fabulous.
And I'm like, are you kidding me with this thing? And then we watch the play, and he'd be like, oh, come on, get out there. All right, slip. All right, 3rd down. So that's next week.
There you go, big 4th down, stay on sides. Hey, a guy who's been showing up these last couple series is Elijah Williams. He's practice squad from last year, Morgan State guy.
He's big.
Yeah, he's a big guy. And
Charles, time out. Houston, it will be 30 seconds.
You're seeing pressure on the quarterback. He gave up a little bit on that last run, but he ended up splitting the double team ultimately and making a tackle. And yeah, there's a lot of depth at that interior defensive line position. If anything, today, I think that group, of Tyron Ingram Dawkins and Jalen Redmond and Levi Drake Rodriguez, it took him a little bit. I think it took him a series or two to kind of get to the speed, you know what I'm saying, of what Houston was trying to do. So, that all being said, we expect it to be a strong point, and now we're seeing a guy like Elijah Williams showing up. So, good group in the middle. And can't be too big, Ben. You got to, you know what I'm saying? You got to be big to be in the middle.
Well, I mean, these guys are so fortunate to be, watching Hargrave and Phillips and Allen and all of these guys up front, veteran guys that have done it, Pro Bowls, all pros, all that stuff, and they get the tutelage of all those guys every single day.
All right, 4th and short. Mertz goes out of the shotgun. He's going to pass. Mertz, dump left, caught Brooks. Ooh, he shook on Kobe King. 1st down for the Houston Texans, trailing 20-10. For more on Levi Drake Rodriguez, here's Tatum.
Yeah, you guys are talking about my guy. He's taking a big step this camp, and it's been very evident, even in the last few weeks. He's been playing with his hair on fire, and that's a lot of hair, if you ask me. He had one of the most dominant practices from a player this camp last week. As a result, Coach O'Connell let him break down the team huddle after practice. I talked to Assistant General Manager Ryan Grigson, who told me he came here ready for camp, that he practically lives in the building and always has a smile on his face. I'm sure you guys have noticed. Levi Drake doesn't walk around without a smile.
Hey, no doubt. And not only is he gregarious and forever happy, he had a good twitch off the line of scrimmage last year. It's twice as good this year, and he's stronger now, Ben.
Well, going back to our meetings yesterday with KOC, I mean, he actually addressed this, and he said the light bulb seemed to have went off for Levi Drake Rodriguez just the other day. He said that he's been making plays. He's always been an instinctful pass rusher, but he told us that the game is starting to slow down for him. No longer your eyes trying to process all the things that you can't control. You're just seeing exactly... Almost another interception here for the Vikings defense. But, Pete, you've been through that before, where when you're young, things seem to be going at 150 miles an hour.
Yeah.
And then, for whatever reason...
Offense, number 73, 10-yard penalty, 2nd down.
Whether it's just film study, repetition, what have you, all of a sudden, that 150 starts to go down to, like, cruising speed. Now you're, like, 65 miles an hour. Like, hey, this is nice, man. Like, things are moving fast, but I can control the environment I'm in.
Absolutely. And the other thing I think that Kwesi Adofo-Mensah brought up is that he understands who he is as a pass rusher, right? And that's important because I saw a lot of guys come in here thinking that they're John Randall, right, or Chris Dolman. It's like, no, you are you, and you have to figure out what works for you, and that's apparently what's, when they say the light bulb's going off, that is exactly what we're talking about.
Mertz in trouble. Throws right to Lachey. Caught at the 41. Stopped at the 41. Far shy of the first down. And now it'll be third and right around 10. We said it earlier, but Brian Flores, defensive coordinator for the Vikings, he called, I believe, the first series of this game. Durante Jones, the defensive backs coach, he's been calling a majority of the game. You can see Durante at the 50 with all the hand motions and gyrations and everything. That's really cool that Kevin O'Connell gives these assistants. I mean, not just like, okay, you get this series at the end of the game. No, he gives like Wes Phillips, Mike Saravo, Durante Jones. He gives them autonomy to call games in the preseason. Interception by the Minnesota Vikings. The ball was tipped and it's picked off. And that's Khalif Hayalassi, who has 2 interceptions.
And Paul, you take a look at this team last year in the turnover ratio. 24 interceptions last year, Ben. The next nearest team to us had 19.
Yeah.
And that's what you want. The pressure, going to tips, going to turnovers. It's kind of a calling card for this Brian Flores defense to be aggressive, to get the hands up in the air, have guys that have unbelievably good awareness. You're not going to get to the quarterback and take the lineman down the middle and get your hands up in the throwing lane. That's what the Vikings defense. 3 interceptions today already, so that trend is continuing. I know the coaching staff loves that because that's what they emphasize in practice, to see these guys come out in the field and actually execute it. It's the best.
Yeah, and it's team defense too. Obviously, you want. There's going to be times where it's just individual performances, a great athletic leap or something like that, jumping a route. Those things are going to happen. But for this defense, what we've seen last year and already so far this year in this one preseason game, the other interception that Khalif had earlier, that was a great spot draft by the linebacker. The reason why that ball had to be floated was because there was a purple-colored jersey right where the quarterback wanted to throw, so he had to put a little bit more air on it, and there's Hayalassi right there to pick it off. This other one right here, it's pressure off the edge, and then it's a tip ball at the line of scrimmage.
All right, Brosmer 3 of 6 with a touchdown. 2nd and 6. Brosmer, fastball right, caught short of the first down. I want to spend a couple seconds talking about J.J. McCarthy and something we heard from him yesterday in our production meeting. And he was talking about the importance of his cadence. Okay, that's the red aim. Yeah, something like that. And the importance of changing it with veterans like Brian O'Neill and Jonathan Allen praising him at training camp, saying, "My man, your cadence is perfect. Don't change it."
Yeah, I mean, that's the little nuanced things that about every player, especially a quarterback, though, is you have to not only notice the meat and potatoes of the offense and the defense, what the defense is trying to do to you and how you can manipulate all that, but then also you can manipulate the defense as well. That was a great ball. That was a great ball.
Yeah, I mean, Brosmer is kind of low-key stealing the show right now.
That was a great football. Yeah. But when you change
on the play,
when you work on little nuanced things like your cadence and it's throwing off.
Prior to the pass, holding, defense, to a 41.
Yeah.
5-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
Yeah, that's like all of a sudden now you're taking your understanding from like a 200 level, 300 level where he's at, and now you're like into the 400, 500 level class that he's going through, where you're getting praised by veteran defensive players. They're like, man, we're getting confused out here. Like we're trying to figure out what you're doing, and you keep changing this. So like that's it's a great sign for him that he's really understand this game.
Okay, now what does this mean? All right, first down for the Vikings, 1st and 10 from the Texans 26, approaching the 2-minute warning. Max Brosmer at quarterback. When J.J. McCarthy says the feet and eyes tell the story. Look at Brosmer leaving it. Fleming caught. We'll get into that after the 2-minute warning. It's going to be 1st and goal for the Vikings. I mean, Brosmer is just looping things left and right, and everything is turning up positive. It's 20-10 Minnesota as we approach the 2-minute warning. Patriots next week. Final 2 minutes of preseason game number 1 around the corner.
The 2-minute
This
warning.
is Minnesota Vikings football.
Jess Sims is always looking to take her performance to the next level.
Palms facing you, then you're going to switch.
You got this, Jess.
We got this.
And she needs her money to work as hard as she does. That's why she uses U.S. Bank Smartly Checking and Savings, which does exactly that, helping her track her spending and grow her money.
About the mental work.
Together we'll achieve more than any of us could alone. That's the power of Jess, and this is the power of us. Visit usbank.com today to get started. Member FDIC, copyright 2025 U.S. Bank.
When the game is over, it's time to relax. No matter if it's a win or loss, you always win at Spalon Montage, the Twin Cities' premier salon and spa destination for over 25 years. With convenient locations in Edina, Woodbury, and Chanhassen, there's a Spalon close to you. Right now, football fans, you can get a bonus when you give the gift of Spalon. Purchase a $175 gift certificate and receive a $25 gift certificate for yourself. Visit Spalon.com now or call 952-915-2900.
Huddle up, Vikings Nation. Don't let that Skol chant fade. Let it echo through the hallways, the bars, the stadium, and the city. Because when the Vikings score 2 or more touchdowns, you'll get a free Big Mac with a purchase of $2 or more. Only in the McDonald's app. Offer valid once per person the day after the Vikings score 2+ touchdowns through 2/28/26 at participating McDonald's. Excludes tax. Must opt into rewards.
No matter who you are or what you do, there's a Ford vehicle that can help you own the day. Make life on the go feel like a breeze in the new Ford Explorer. Make tough tasks look easy with the powerful performance of a new built Ford Tough F-Series truck, the best-selling trucks in America for 48 years. Or take your adventures in the great outdoors to a whole new level with our built wild family of Ford Broncos. Whether it's for work or play, there's a Ford with a great deal waiting for you at your local Northland Ford dealers. Don't wait, get behind the wheel of a new Ford today. Based on calendar year total sales.
With NFL Plus, keep the NFL in reach. Stream live out-of-market preseason games, live local and primetime games on mobile during the regular and postseason, and NFL Network, including 7 exclusive live games. With NFL Plus Premium, watch every touchdown every Sunday afternoon during the regular season on NFL Red Zone. And for a limited time, save 20% on an annual NFL Plus Premium subscription. Offer ends September 15th. Sign up today at plus.nfl.com/radio. Terms and conditions apply.
After the game, check out Vikings Fan Line with me, Nordo, and Ron Johnson right here on The Fan.
Courtesy of the Vikings Entertainment Network, it is 20-10 Minnesota, and it is first and goal for the Vikings. Quickly, when JJ says feet and eyes tell the story, what's that mean?
I think it's kind of the pyramid of being a good quarterback, meaning the base is what's most important, and the feet and the eyes, they go hand in hand, I guess, for lack of a better term, but you have to really pay attention to those fundamentals, and that's the checklist that he's had embedded in him, Ben, from Coach O'Connell is, hey, there's a lot, there's the cadence, and there's all these other things, there's a bunch there, but it's the feet and the eyes that dictate how well you're going to execute. Don't forget that. Don't lose that base to your fundamentals.
Yeah, and that base, in my understanding, has to follow where your eyes are going per the progression of what you're looking at as the defense. As we saw, from Brosmer about 10 minutes ago when we were breaking down his eye movement, it's like you go from that first read to the far right outside the numbers. Well, when you snap back to that near hash, well, your feet got to follow that.
Yeah.
Because if your feet don't follow that, then all of a sudden then your shoulders aren't going to follow, your release is going to be wonky, and you're probably going to have an inaccurate throw. So making sure that, because I think mentally all these quarterbacks want to process quickly, but your feet got to follow where your eyes and your mind are going.
All right, couple of things here. Shout out to the guy on the screen now, Justin Jefferson, for being so kind during the third quarter and joining the broadcast like he did last year. Kevin O'Connell joins the broadcast for an entire quarter next week. Secondly, the only way the Houston Texans can stop Max Brosmer is for Kevin O'Connell to call victory formation, which is what we've seen for the last 3 plays.
This is his second preseason victory, by the way. I mean, is it 2 in a row, though? That's my question.
What do you mean?
This is only his second preseason victory for Kevin O'Connell.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
You handle the preseason. Ben and I will handle the regular and postseason, okay? And by the way, shout out to not only Pete Bursich, but David Koo, our statistician here, into his 19th year as the numbers pointer and the statistician for the vast and ever-expanding KFAN Minnesota Vikings Audio Network, and also one of my very best friends, and I love you very much, buddy. And finally, we have another luminary taking in the simulcast. Are you guys familiar with a Greg Swedberg, Bossberg?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Okay, well, he's a luminary for many reasons. First and foremost, he controls our paychecks. But secondly, he recently was HOF with the Country Music Radio Hall of Fame. So congratulations, Bossberg. Thanks for watching, and thanks for listening. And also, thanks to everybody for watching and or listening via the simulcast on Fox 9 or the KFAN Minnesota Vikings Audio Network. J.J. McCarthy threw for 30 yards, played one series. Max Brosmer, Sky Uma came in and stole the show, threw for a touchdown. Passer rating at 118, and the Vikings are 1-0 in the preseason, having defeated the Houston Texans 20-10. We're back here next week at noon on KFAN and the Vikings Audio Network, along with Fox 9, for some more hot simulcast action. The Patriots are in town. For Tatum Everett, Ben Lieber, and Pete Bursage, I'm Paul Allen. Thank you very much for watching Vikings and Texans on Fox 9.
The recruitment industry has changed, and it's time for you to take action and change with it. If you're looking to advance your career, or your company is looking to hire key individuals that can grow your business, GPAC is here for you. We are the eyes and ears of the industries we serve. Contact us today at gogpac.com. That's GOGPAC.com. It's grow time.
She's Jen, the ultimate Vikings fan.
Okay, everybody, welcome to the Vikings Jan Show Fan Show. My special guest today is my cousin, Kirk. So, Cousin Kirk, who you got for the Vikings game this week?
The Vikings, Jan.
Me too. So, that's our show. We'd like to thank our sponsor, the Minnesota Lottery, who reminds you this could be your year. Play the new
Vikings
Scratch game for a shot at $100,000, game tickets, and more.